Let me stop this before I get banned. All right. Title of today's discussion is Manifest According to Your Faith, right? So it is inspired by Matthew 9:29. Right? Matthew 9:29 is, then he touched their eyes and said, according to your faith, let it be done to you. According to your faith, let it be done to you. And I've talked about that in a lot of different ways, right? Your life is just a manifestation of your faith. Your faith in chaos, your faith in confusion, your faith in your inability to make a choice, your faith in the stories that you're telling, it's all a story. Faith is everything. Faith is your life, okay? Before we go further, I want to say one other thing, okay? This manifestation journey is a journey of confronting yourself. It is a journey of learning yourself. Meaning, the moment that you realize that you are perfect in every way, because you are made in the perfect image of Source, the moment that you realize that, now the next job is for you to accept that you are perfect. How do you do that? Well, why am I saying that I'm perfect, but then I think that my sadness or my anxiety or my fear or my doubt is something that I need to suppress? That's still part of the perfection of you. Let's go further, all right? What if you have those adverse thoughts? Are you sitting there saying, I am perfect, and trying to suppress a part of you? What sense does that make? Why not simply call it all as perfect and then allow your life to be a reflection of your perfection? One of the things that came up, I was talking with a beautiful client earlier today. Right? Y'all are all beautiful. But they were saying how they would wake up in a good mood and then their thoughts would get to racing. And my immediate question is, what is the problem with that? What is the problem with your thoughts racing? Okay. Now let's go a step further. When your thoughts are racing, who is the one that says it's a problem? Remember, you're always just telling stories. You don't know what alignment is or not. You heard someone say you have to be in alignment, and then you started saying things like, oh, well, I don't know if I'm in alignment yet, or I'm not in alignment now. Who said that? It's you. So if your word is law, okay, if your word is law, if your story is what makes magic in your reality, then why walk around telling the story that you are not who you desire to be? Why tell a story that your thoughts are imperfect? Why tell the story that your emotions are imperfect? Why tell the story that the circumstance is imperfect? It's all perfect. So the first step is accepting my perfection. Because I am the perfection that makes everything around me perfect, because it is just an extension of me. My feelings are an extension of the perfection of me. Okay? My thoughts are an extension of the perfection of me. Right? The circumstance is simply an extension of the perfection of me. Now, as I accept my perfection, reality must change. We often walk around saying that we're perfect, and then we try to demonize parts of ourselves. You become like the story of Satan being cast out of heaven, which is just you saying you're perfect, saying you are this perfect being, and then trying to cast out parts of you as imperfect. Remember, where a part of God is, all of God is there. All of God is in your doubt. The same way all of God is in the version of you that stands tall and is happy. They're both perfect parts of you. However, how are you defining it? Remember, we talked about the word demon, right? It translates to that word daemon, which actually means spirit guide. Okay. So let's talk about that. So even going a step further, right? Let's say that you have negativity, or you have doubt, or anxiety, or fear, all of these things, okay? When you cast them out, you become like the story of God, because you are God, casting these demons, casting a third of yourself out of heaven, okay? Metaphysically, you're saying, I am perfect, but my doubt, I don't like it, so let me cast it out and say it's imperfect. Well, think about that, y'all. Think about that. What are you actually affirming? You're affirming that a part of you is not perfect. And in that part of you, all of God is there. The goal is not to walk around saying I'm perfect, therefore I walk around and I only feel the way that I want to feel. I only see things and they are to my liking. I only think thoughts that are happy. Guys, that's a fantasy. That doesn't happen. You will always have to face parts of you. You will always have to face your fear and your doubt and anxiety. But let me put it in another way, okay? If your child walked up to you and they felt doubt, fear, or anxiety, if their thoughts were racing on the things they don't want, if your child walked up to you and felt fear, doubt, anxiety, their thoughts were racing about the things they don't want, would you cast them away and say, come back to me when you actually have something good to say? Come back to me when you feel good. You're only perfect when you feel good. Is that what you would do? Then why do you do it to yourself? Is that love? Is that loving yourself? Is that accepting yourself as perfect? How often do you actually sit in the intimacy of yourself? Sit in the intimacy of your thoughts that are racing. Sit in your doubt, sit in your anxiety, and give it presence, right? If your child was feeling anxiety, fear, doubt, thoughts were racing, the most important thing to them would be your presence. It would be your presence. So when we talk about loving yourself, right? Making it about you, romanticizing your life, so the external world can actually reflect that. What we're talking about is being able to actually do these things. I'm not just talking about treating yourself good when you're happy. How would you want someone to sit with you through your doubt? What about how you sit with yourself? And if the external is simply a mirror of the internal, and by that, I simply mean if reality is you. Because when I say internal, it's like we feel like we have to dig within us and find something. If reality is simply you, okay, then how are you treating yourself? You will see with very, very remarkable accuracy that life reflects you. Point blank, period. It reflects your inability to choose by giving you chaos. It reflects your inability to sit with yourself and console yourself by people ghosting you. It reflects your inability to deal with your own emotions by other people not wanting to deal with yours, saying you're too much. Y'all, think about this. When we say that reality is a mirror, it's a mirror. It reflects you perfectly. Therefore, you accept yourself as perfect so reality can do the same. Do you hear what I'm saying? You are your own child. The same way you're parenting your child. Or if you get old enough, you begin parenting your parent. You're also walking through this life parenting yourself. You deserve your love. You deserve your acceptance of yourself. And when you do that, reality can follow. Okay? This is a key thing. Now, the next kind of lesson that I really want to go into, right? We talked about that one. Knowing that you're perfect means accepting that every part of you is perfect. The doubt, fear, anxiety is just as perfect as the love, as the joy, as the humor, as the ecstasy, as the bliss. They're all the same. They're all perfect. The feeling I have right now is simply the perfect unfolding of me getting to my desire. The thoughts I have right now are the perfect unfolding of me getting to my desire. It's all perfect because I am perfect. It's all unfolding perfectly. It's all perfect. This is what perfect means. Perfect doesn't mean I say it and then I look at everything and I judge everything is not perfect. That isn't. You are perfect. Everything is perfect. Number 2, okay? The second part of this, okay? Let's say that you want prosperity, okay? Or you want this person in your life. And right now, you go to the end and you accept who you are. Okay, you say, right now I am the person that has this money, or right now I am the person that has this person, okay? It's delicious. All right, stick with me. Now, once you say that, you have become unconditionally that thing. Let me paint a hypothetical scenario for you, okay? I'm going to use it from my own personal circumstance. Let's say that I was facing eviction, because I was facing eviction, okay? No money. And I constantly said, I have this money. Now, I'm saying I have this money and the circumstance looks like I don't, right? Everything is showing me that I don't. There's a deadline, court date, right? Notice is on the door. Now, I'm saying that it's paid. I'm saying that I am prosperity. I'm saying that it's perfect. Now, what about when I think about that situation? I think about the end result of me not having a home, okay? And then I make a line in the sand and I say, it better not happen. Because if that shit happens, all right, then all of this is wrong. I'm doing this wrong, okay? Hear what you're saying when you say that, okay? No matter what the situation looks like, what I'm saying, whenever I make a statement and say, I am this, unless that happens, what I'm saying is I'm not really this. Because if I was this, I would be it unconditionally, okay? So follow me when I'm saying this, okay? Because this is why certain things don't happen. If I say, okay, I have this thing, but in my mind I'm saying, well, but if that happens, I don't have it. If I get kicked out, then I'm not it. I'm not prosperity. I don't have the money. It's not paid. All right? If I go there, then what am I doing? I'm saying, okay, I'm not really it. Because something out there has to prove to me that I'm it. That has to be resolved or I'm not it. I'm making it conditional. And if I'm making it conditional, that means I'm not it. All right? Now listen to me. If I am not it, then guess what I have to get in my reality? If I am not it, I have to receive in my reality something that proves to me I'm not it. This is why they say you attract what you fear. Okay? Because if I say I'm not it, the one thing that can prove to me I'm not it must show up. You get me? So reality is always the perfect mirror. Even if it doesn't work out, it's going to work out because I'm simply perfect. Even if it doesn't work out, it will work out because I'm perfect. I make it absolutely unconditional. Do you hear me? Do you understand what I'm saying? I cannot say I am unconditionally this person. I cannot go to the end and say I am this person. I have this person. But if I don't get it, then I'm not this person. This is the paradox. Because the moment I make something conditional, I'm not it. I'm only conditionally it, which means I'm not it. It's all or nothing. It's either I am or I am not. Double-minded man is unstable. No backup plan. Even failure is just perfect. It cannot be conditional. You have to do this like your life depends on it. You have to burn the boats, right? We talked about that story of burning the boats. I don't remember if it was the Vikings or whatever. It was a warrior group, right? And they would sail their ships. They would sail their ships out to this land, okay? And when they got to that land, when they were about to go fight, they would get off their ships, they would turn around, they would burn the boats. Either we're going to die or we're going to win. There's no backup plan. Okay? I am already it, no matter what. Okay? So you have to make it unconditional, y'all. If you are scared, okay, this is really what I'm saying too. Let's go a step further. If right now I say I have this money, it's paid. I'm going to be here. And then I'm thinking, but if I'm not, it's not working and this is not me and I'm not that person. I don't know what to do. And yet I'm making it conditional. You have to be willing to confront yourself and you have to know that in every single scenario, the perfection of you is there. In every single scenario, the perfection of God is there. It has to be unconditional. You are unconditionally what you say you are, even if the situation shows the exact opposite. This is what unconditional means. It goes beyond logic. Because your logic will say, well, if I don't have it, then I'm not that person. Well, if I get kicked out or evicted, or if I don't have the home, then I'm not that person. That's your logical mind. And that's you actually saying, I am not it. Do you hear me? You are everything you desire to be right now, no matter what. When I say no matter what, I'm not saying no matter what, except for this one edge case. For this one case out there, I'm saying unconditionally. A lot of you are saying you're in the end. You're saying you're doing this unconditionally. But then we get to talking and I get to pressing you. And there's this one scenario which proves to you that you're not it, and you fear it and you can't go there. You have to accept that even if that happens, you still are everything that you say you are outside of your logic. Because your logic was like, well, shit, if I'm kicked out, if I'm on the streets, then I cannot just be that. That's what I'm telling you. What you mean? Why can't you just believe? Just believe then. But believe unconditionally. Believe unconditionally. I'm going to press y'all because I need y'all to have the life that you want. We need to find the cracks in your armor, them chinks, right? We need to start working through that because you deserve what you want. You deserve what you want. You deserve what you want. No matter what reality shows me. If reality shows me the thing that I fear the most, if my mind goes to the thing that I am fearing the most, I am still everything that I desire to be, no matter what. No matter what. Y'all hear it all the time, these success stories. The deadline passed. Everything passed, and all of a sudden everything worked out magically for no reason. Now imagine if they had said, if this happens, I'm not it. They wouldn't be it. They wouldn't have received what they wanted. It has to be unconditional. If that thing that you're scared of happens, you are still what you say you are. It's beyond logic. This is what I mean. Your logic will take you no further. It's brought you here. It will take you no further. This is why when you see people bitching and whining about their SP, well, it's been this long and they're doing this and there's this third party and they have made it conditional. They're not willing to say, even if the worst of the worst that I can imagine happens, I'm still it. What they are saying, hear what I'm saying, okay? Because this actually makes sense. This is very logical. This part is very logical. If I'm saying that I am something conditionally, I'm only this if these conditions show up, then I'm saying that I'm not it. And if I'm saying I'm not it, then guess what I attract in my life? The situation I've been fiending or dreaming about, fearing about, that proves to me I'm not it. Hear me. This is why when you make it conditional, that shit happens. This is why when we talked about scripture, what did it say? If you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you don't bring forth will destroy you. This is what he's talking about. Unconditional. You are perfect. Every thought you have, perfect. The perfect unfolding. Every emotion you have, perfect. The perfect unfolding. Whatever situation that you're in, it's perfectly unfolding. The desire that you want, even if it looks opposite, you have it. It's perfectly unfolding. It's that radical acceptance of the perfection of you. And because there's only you, there's no out there, there's only you. That means all your emotions, all your thoughts, all the circumstances you see, all the people that show up, no matter how they show up, they're all perfect. Do you understand what your brother is saying right now? Okay, so let's get into this. Matthew 9:29. Then he touched their eyes and said, according to your faith, let it be done to you. You are the place where God shows up in human form. And when you truly rise, the world around you doesn't just change, it awakens. Every time you felt furthest from God, God was closest. Every time you felt closest to God, God was closest. Every time you felt a medium distance from God, God was closest. Every time you felt perfect, you are perfect. Every time you felt like shit, you're just as perfect. Every time you felt just okay, you're just as perfect. Every time your emotions were perfect, you were perfect. Every time your emotions were in the fucking trash can, you were perfect. Every time your thoughts started spiraling, you were perfect. Every time your thoughts were maintained and rigid, right on what you want, you were perfect. This is the acceptance of I am that I am no matter what. The perfection within me outshines everything. The only person that says that something isn't perfect is you. It's you. No one is slapping you on the back of your head saying, judge this as imperfect. You are the one doing that. Therefore, life reflects that at you. Do you hear me? Okay? The pain was never punishment. It was the pressure that cracks the costume and reveals the divine. That pressure that you felt was just what? All that fear, your inability to go there in your mind, running away from thoughts, casting them out of heaven, like God casting the devil and a third of his angels out, right? Which doesn't even make sense. A third of the people wouldn't even walk out of a job. Why would they walk out of heaven? But if you understand this metaphysically, you might have 2/3 of days where you feel good and a third of the days where you just don't feel good. You're feeling anxious and fear. And you cast that out of the perfection that is you, thinking that this part of you makes you imperfect. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. It's all perfect. And the moment you stop judging it as anything else, now your life will change. Now your life will change. When you accept it all as perfect, only perfection shows up. It's all perfectly unfolding for what I want. Stay in the end, choose what you want, and then make the decision that everything is perfectly leading to it. Every thought that I feel, perfectly leading to it. The ego has no power. Every feeling that I feel, perfectly leading towards it. Everything perfect. The situation might not look ideal, but the God within me is perfect, so the situation must be unfolding perfectly. This is why I say that. This is why I say that. I don't say but. I don't say the situation is ideal. The situation doesn't look ideal, but the God within me is perfect, so the situation must be unfolding perfectly unless that one thing happens. I don't say that shit. The God within me is perfect, so it must be unfolding perfectly. What if the deadline passes, Alex? Well, you're making it conditional now. You're saying, if this one situation happens, I'm not it. You're making it conditional, which means you're not it. Therefore, the thing that you fear that will prove to you that you are not it will show up in your life. Do you hear what I'm saying? Metaphysics. Metaphysics. That's all it is. You are what you desire to be right now, no matter what. The only thing keeping you from it is what? You refuse to accept that you are the person. You refuse to accept it. This is why even Neville says what? You are already that which you desire to be. The only reason you don't see it is because you will not accept it. Accept it. Accept it. It's all perfect. It's all perfectly unfolding. Accept it unconditionally. Accept it. Accept yourself unconditionally. When you feel down, stop casting yourself out. When you feel anxious or fear or your thoughts are wandering, it would be like you ignoring yourself is like a child looking at, or a parent looking at their child and say, come back to me when you got something good to say. No, I don't. Come back to me when you feel better. You would look at your child and you would say, I'm here. You're still perfect. You would be present with them, but you won't do that to yourself. And then you'll say, oh, I am love. What? Do you understand how that doesn't make sense? You don't show up for yourself and you accept the world to show up for you. When I say to understand and acknowledge that you are perfect, and then when I say the moment that you start doing that, you start eliminating the limiting beliefs. Anything that confronts you that shows that you're not the person you desire to be, you confront it. If you can do that, then why the hell would you be running away from your own fear? It's just a thought, y'all. It's just a thought. It's just an emotion. It's just something that you're feeling right now, and it will pass. You've gotten through 20, 30, 40, 50 years getting through all of your emotions. What makes you think this is different? I get it. It's scary. Cool. But you'll survive. The more that you run away from your emotions, the more that you run away and try to suppress your thoughts, y'all know this. When you try to run away, suppress your doubts, suppress your thoughts, suppress your emotions, they just continue to show up stronger and stronger and stronger. You are not your emotions. You are not your thoughts. You are the one behind them, calling them good and bad. I got passion. Calling them good and bad. I'm going to be right back, y'all. I'm going to be right back. I don't need that to get on my computer. Can I pause this? I wish I could pause the YouTube. Anyways, I'll be right back, y'all. I love how y'all just hang on with your boy. I love how y'all still here rocking with me. They're just watching me clean up. That scared you. My bad. I could feel it tipping over, so I have this big y'all always see me drinking out of it. I had this big ass tumbler, is that what it's called? Right? And I always, when I'm talking, I'll just lean on it. Like I just put it right here and I start leaning on it and doing shit like this. Cause it's my tumbler, right? And it just tipped over. I could feel it tipping over. It's like, ah, shit. I just filled it up before I started talking too. All right? It was in slow motion too. And then when it fell, it just kept dripping. Man, give me a break. But I don't like dirty shit, so I would have left it. But nah, that shit would have bothered me if I had just left it. Too bad I can't pause these videos and re-update them. Yeah, this been a good week, man. You know, the beautiful thing about these discussions is they evolve with y'all. Like, they evolve with y'all. So that's why I appreciate. Okay, so even sometimes when turn this light off. 1 second. beautiful thing about these discussions is they completely evolve as our discussions evolve, right? I go through all the comments, and afterwards when I go through the comments, and I kind of remember places that we get hung up, right? There might be a certain part of the discussion where a group of people get hung up, right? Or I might bring somebody on, then all of a sudden all the other discussions with people that I bring on go down that same path. So it's like, all right, now how does it change? So if y'all notice, we go through phases together where it's like, okay, we focus on this. Like the last couple, maybe 3-4 videos, the only thing we've been talking about is choices. Make the choice. It's all a choice. Everything is a choice, right? That's all we've been talking about. And now we're kind of shifting into everything is perfect back again. And then we even went down the, like we were in the everything is perfect, you're perfect, but now we're going a little bit deeper into it. Just due to the way that the conversation's been evolving, right? So that's why I appreciate everything. Right? Sometimes even when y'all are like, oh, block him, he's talking shit. And I'm like, I'm not gonna block anybody. It's all perfect. It's all absolutely perfect, right? These discussions, you know what I'm saying? I do them to help y'all. So they're going to follow the discussions that we have. Yeah, we'll stay on a certain topic for about 4 or 5 days, and I just press y'all on it. And then once I see enough people say, oh, it's clicking, I get it, it's making sense, I'm like, okay, cool. I even gauge that when y'all start saying that. Like, oh. Or when y'all start sending me DMs and emails about stuff that's happened, I'm like, okay, cool. Let's move on to the next pain point. So it just kind of goes with y'all. Even the consults, some of the lectures follow consults. Like I just gave a whole spiel based on like the last 3 consults I've had, the last 3 client meetings I've had. They've all kind of been around that same thing. So that's just me basically saying, I appreciate y'all. It's me saying, I appreciate y'all. Okay, thank y'all. I must have looked stressed out before. To look refreshed now. I appreciate y'all. All right, let's get back into it. Okay. All right, the mirror and the mask. Oh yeah, I was tired yesterday. I was a little sleepy yesterday, ain't gonna lie to you. And yesterday, y'all were really pressing me in the comments. Y'all were fighting for y'all's limitations in the comments yesterday. At one point, I was like, all right, I should just move on. But I was like, nah, let's keep hammering this. Y'all were arguing for those limitations yesterday. I appreciate y'all. Let's get into it. Okay. So the mirror and the mask. The light you forgot you were. The light you forgot you were. Right. But wait, but what about this? But what about that? Okay, Alex, I get it. I know what you're saying, and I accept. I just have to choose, and I know that I'm perfect. I just be waiting. Okay. But it's always that but. It's only one kind of but I like. That ain't even sound right. But it's only one that I like. Okay? Not the one y'all put at the end of sentences. Huh? So here we go. The world is your mirror. Your wounds are your costume. And behind it all, God is watching through your eyes. Okay? Here we go. Let's get into this, all right? We're going to talk about the perfection of you. Everything is perfect. Your emotions that you deem as imperfect. Who told you that? Who is the one that is claiming that a part of you is imperfect? When I say that you're absolutely perfect, that means you accept it all as perfect. Every thought is perfect. Every feeling perfect. Every circumstance, the perfect unfolding. Every moment that I take. Every moment I'm alive. Every breath I breathe. Every step that I take is absolute perfection and the perfect unfolding to get me what I want unconditionally. Okay? You have been trying to fix your reflection when the real work was to remember the light behind the mirror. You've spent lifetimes polishing your mask, while your soul, radiant and untouched, waited beneath the surface of your becoming. What if your flaws weren't flaws at all? What if they were costumes God put on just to experience the full spectrum of existence? What if you have never been broken, only hidden? Okay? 1 Corinthians 13:12. 1 Corinthians 13:12. Right? And now we see through a glass, darkly, but then face to face, right? Then face to face, ... There's other things, all right? But the first part of this, all right? Now we see through a glass darkly. Now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. What does that mean? Right now we live behind the veil. Why do we live behind the veil, right? Because when you are born, you did something which in Genesis is called the eating of the tree of the life, or eating of the fruit of the tree of the fruit of good of knowledge. God damn. You ate of the fruit. You ate of the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. All right. And this represents your birth. So you were born into duality. You exited the Garden of Eden. You were born into duality. What does duality mean? It simply means you have the ability to make choices. You walk around and you say things like, okay, this is right. This is wrong. This is good. This is bad. When all of it is perfect. Every adverse thought you have is perfect. You fighting away those thoughts is the very reason that they keep showing up. Hear me. And I'm going to say this one more damn time. Okay? I'm going to say this one more time. Hear me, my gods and my goddesses. Listen to me. I cannot say I am perfect. I cannot say I am prosperity. I have this person. And then in my mind, think of a situation and say, ooh, but if that happens, then I'm not it. Because what I've just decided is that I'm only conditionally who I want to be. And if it's conditional, that means I'm not it. Because if I was it, it would be unconditional. Hear me. So if I say I'm not it, then what has to happen in reality? The specific situations that I fear have to show up to prove to me I'm not it. This is why they say what you fear shows up. This is why when you see people and they're arguing, it's been this long, it's been 8 months, 9 months, 10 months. Well, what you're saying is, okay, first of all, you're saying I don't have it. Just by you continuing to tell that story, the counting down time, like you're the timekeeper. Like, goddamn, what you been counting the days? Just by you doing that, you're saying I'm not it. Because if you were it, you wouldn't be counting. But then number two, we get so caught up in trying to avoid our thoughts, avoid the thing that makes us human, that we spend all day fighting our thoughts like a robot. Every single thought you have is perfect. You can't say I am perfect except for this thought. Which one is it? Every thought I have is the perfect unfolding. It doesn't matter what thought I have. It's all still unfolding. The only person that is saying that certain things are right or wrong, good or bad, is you. You're the only person saying that. You're the only person that refuses to make the choice, that refuses to say, I have it no matter what. You will say, I have it no matter what. It's mine. And then you will say, oh, but if I think this, then I don't have it. Who is making the rule, y'all? Who is saying that? No one is forcing you to believe that. You're making this difficult for yourself. You will say, I have it, but I just feel this way, so I don't have it. Why are you saying that? The moment you say you have it, you unconditionally have it. Even if you think about the worst case scenario, I would still have it through that. It's already unfolding. Even if I think of the exact opposite thing that implies I don't have it, it doesn't matter. I have it. So even that has to work out for my good. It's all perfect. You have to go beyond your logic, right? This is what we were talking about the other day when we were talking about the story of Neo. Right? And Neo's getting pressed by Agent Smith. And Agent Smith is like, hey, look, bro, what are you even fucking doing it for? You're doing it for love, for freedom? These are just illusions of a human mind, just as fake as the matrix that you are in. It's all fake. Why are you doing it, right? Just asking for justification. Here's the trap of your ego. The moment that you justify what you want, it comes with another question. Go there with yourself right now. Why do you want love? Why do you want this person? Well, because I love them and, because I deserve their love. Ego is going to come up with another question. Do you? Do you really? Well, yeah, of course I do. Well, what about how they treated you? Oh, yeah. Should I even want somebody like that? Is it just spirit pushing me to something better? It's just a loop of questions, of doubts, of your inability to choose. You not choosing is a choice. You sitting there and saying, I have it, but if this situation shows up, I don't have it. You just made a choice to see confusion. And you wonder why people walk in your life and then they leave. Because you walk into your desires, you walk into the end, and then you leave. You're not going to get the ego to be quiet. You're not going to get it to stop doubting. You have to decide. You have to start remembering that you are perfect, that you already have it. It's done. Guys, is it fun? Is it fun to walk around and suppress your thoughts? Is it fun to walk around and suppress your emotions? Has that worked for you in getting what you want? Even if you got what you want, walking around trying to control all of your thoughts, then what happens when you get it? If you sit here and you affirm all day for 7 days, trying to control your thoughts and keep them in the right direction, all this time, even if it shows up, guess what? Now what do? Do you keep affirming the whole time? You can't even be present with this person because you're just sitting there affirming, I have them, I have them, I have them, they're mine, they love me, they love me, they love me. Then they show you what they don't like about you. Are you just going to affirm your way through it and not have the conversation with them? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What is your tactic for when you get it? All right? I love that you said that. I love that you said that, right? That you are an overthinker sometimes. Huh? I said, do you affirm that your heart beats? Exactly. Right? And I love you asked that question about overthinking. I'm an overthinker sometimes. What's wrong with that? What's wrong? What's wrong with being an overthinker? Isn't that a perfect part of you? Isn't that what makes you who you are? We only tend to call it overthinking when we're thinking of something negative. I'm not saying you are, goddess. But I love that you said that because it's the perfect segue. Now, let's really break this down, this whole overthinking myth in this way, right? What makes you beautiful, right? It's everything about you, right? We call it quote unquote overthinking, but it simply means you're thorough, right? The same way that you like to study your partner, to love them properly. The same way that you like to do good work in your job. The same way that you like to understand your kids and understand your parents and take care of the people around you. This is what makes you beautiful. It is perfect. But then we get into situations and we think our overthinking is making us thinking of things we don't want to think. And then we call it negative and imperfect. But it's a perfect part of you. This is what I'm trying to push. You can't say I'm perfect. You can't say I love myself. I love I love, right? You know what I'm saying? I accept myself as perfect, but I'm an overthinker and I hate it. And no, you don't. You don't hate it. You don't dislike it at all. You love that part of you. It's what makes you you. It's how you show up fully. It's how you show up beautifully. So when I'm telling you to accept that you are perfection, this is what I'm saying. You are absolutely beautiful. Absolutely perfect, absolutely whole, absolutely divine. You are source. You are perfect. Perfect. You are perfection. Who is the one that judged things as right and wrong, good and bad, negative, positive? Who is the one? No one's telling you to think like that, right? And yeah, like you said, goddess, we are programmed to think like that. But you don't have to continue down that path. You can make a choice right now that you're perfect. Your overthinking is still perfection. It still is. You can come out the other side and understand that, oh, look, sure, I was overthinking. Sure, I was thinking this way for a second, but that's still the beauty of me. That is still, I still radically accept that as the perfect unfolding because I am perfect. I am the perfection within whatever situation. You are the perfection behind your emotions. No matter if they feel good or bad, you are the perfection behind your thoughts. You are the perfection within whatever circumstance. You are the perfection. Hear that. You are the perfection. We go into these situations and we'll be like, oh yeah, I'm perfect no matter what, unless I overthink. Well, hold up. Would you prefer it to be the opposite? Would you prefer to not show up fully in your day-to-day life? How would you prefer to show up? Would you prefer to just be a different person, to not be able to love people as hard as you can? To not be able to do such a good job in your business? To not be able to study your partner and study your parents and study your kids and study your even your siblings and understand what they like, to show up for your friends on their birthday? Like, why do you want to change that? Why not accept the perfection of who you are? Just because it feels bad does not mean it is imperfect. Just because it feels bad in the moment does not make it imperfect. When I say that you are perfect no matter what, I'm not telling you to walk around happy 24/7. Happiness is not perfection. It's just one emotion of the spectrum of who you are. You are the perfection above your emotions. You are the perfection above your thoughts. You are not within your body. Your body is within you. Literally, Mimi. Literally, my goddess. Exactly. You have to accept that you are perfect in all areas of your life. Right? When I say no matter what, this is a very literal sense. You are absolutely perfect no matter what. No matter what. No matter what, okay? So here we go. So First Corinthians 13:12. Before I was interrupted by my cup. Now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face, right? So right now we live behind the veil. We glimpse eternity through fogged glass, right? We view eternity. We view everything out there through a fogged glass. My brother Lucas, right? Y'all pay attention to my dog, right? He's gonna drop at least 5 or 6 gems in here. You might as well copy and paste them, screenshot them, do whatever you do with them. He's going to drop some gems in here, okay? So right now, we glimpse eternity. What is eternity? All that there is. Spirit, all that there is. We glimpse eternity through fogged glass. What is this fogged glass? Through our memory. Perceiving our memory as some real thing that we have to judge. Through our beliefs, through trauma, and then even through translation. We see ourselves and others dimly, distorted by the stories we've been told, the fears we've inherited, the mask we wear. We try to name God, love, purpose, but the words fall like shadows on the cave wall. Our vision is partial, fractured, beautiful, but blurred. This world is holy, okay? This world is holy, but it is simply a symbol. It is not the source. This is why you cannot judge yourself based on anything temporary. You cannot judge the temporary emotions as you, the temporary circumstances, the temporary whatever. You cannot judge them as you because you are eternal. We perceive eternity, the eternity of I am, the eternity of God. God is all that there is, the kingdom that is within us that's being projected out there. We're always in communion with it. We're always looking at it, right? You feel me? But we then start to judge ourselves based on the quote unquote imperfection that we see. There's no imperfection, but we begin to tell stories of things based on our past beliefs. our past trauma, our past programming of parents. Saying, oh, this is wrong, so I must be wrong in what I'm doing. I feel bad, so I must be wrong in what I'm doing. No, you're absolutely perfect in everything. Radical acceptance of who you are. I am that I am no matter what, right? And I don't think that I appreciate the evolution in these discussions because I know I did not hit this as hard as this. But today is a new day and we're hitting it from a different perspective. But the I am that I am no matter what, it simply means that every single thing about me is absolutely perfect no matter what. No matter what my ego tries to perceive or think about it or judge about it, I am perfect. No matter what I feel, no matter what I see. Even if the opposite of what I want shows up, guess what? It's still the perfect unfolding. And that is beyond your logic. That is radical acceptance of the perfection that you are. That is radical acceptance of the choice that you have already made. It's that even if that due date passes, it's still paid. Even if it does not show up, I am still the person. I am still the person that has it all. Right? Even if it does not show up, I am still the person that has it. It is radical acceptance that I am no matter what. I don't care what it looks like. I've decided. I've already made a choice. This is even why when we talked about what? That Neo saying. Okay? We talked about that Neo saying. My brother made it happen. You said it was impossible. You must have me confused for somebody. Must have me confused with somebody. All right? So this is even that Neo thing, right? So when they're in that situation, and guess what? Agent Smith is just pressing Neo. Why do you do it? You must know that you can't win. You must know your effort is useless. You can't make it through. You must know you cannot win. Why are you persisting? And Neo just cut through the illusion of justification. He said, because I choose to. Because I choose to. I choose who I am no matter what the circumstance looks like, no matter how dire it looks, no matter how opposite it looks, I am that I am no matter what. I always have the ability to choose. Okay? The world is, okay, so we know something deeper is there in the world, right? We can feel it pulsing beneath reality, but it slips through our grasp the moment we try to hold it too tightly. All right, here we go. But then face to face. Let me go back to the actual verse. I got a little distracted. All right, 1 Corinthians 13:12. Now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. All right, so the but then face to face part. No more distortion, no more projection. The mirror shatters, and we don't just see God. Okay? When this mirror shatters, we do not just see God. We don't just see God as some figure, right? This is the illusion of separation. God out there, you down here. God somewhere else and you here. Now you begin to say God is there. Well, no, God is everywhere. God is spirit. God is all that there is, right? So this is the distinction. It's going from just seeing God to seeing with God's eyes. My eyes are the eyes of God. My eyes are the eyes of God. I am the identity of the divinity of spirit. You are the identity of God. And so if I'm seeing with the eyes of God, that means everything is perfect. You get me? Because God doesn't identify with anything that isn't perfect. You hear what I'm saying? God does not call your feelings imperfect. God simply recognizes you've made a choice of who you are being, and is delivering that to you. Okay? Hear what I just said. I feel like that was very profound. God is not judging anything, right and wrong. God is not going with you when you say, oh, this situation sucks. Okay? When you're saying, oh, I'm out of alignment. Is this not working out? God is not going there with you. God is simply giving you what you are affirming yourself to be. God is only recognizing your free will to choose. I know it's making too much sense. Your free will to choose. So by you saying, oh, it doesn't look right, oh, it must be out of alignment, you're just choosing that you're not the person to get what you want. That is what God is recognizing. God does not need your faith in it. God simply needs your belief in who you are. Blessed is he who believes before he sees. Thou shalt decree a thing, and it shall be. Whatsoever you ask the Father in my name, within my name. Okay? Whatever you ask, whatever you choose to be, that is what Source recognizes. All right? Source only sees the wholeness of everything. Every single thing already existing right now. It's perfect. It's whole. From every situation that you are in this moment, you have the ability to get wherever you want. God's not going down and identifying with negativity for you. That's you. So to see with God's eyes means I go beyond just seeing Source. I go to seeing God in everything. God is in your negative feelings. God is in your quote unquote negative feelings, your quote unquote negative thoughts. God is in the situation that looks opposite of what you want, ready to deliver you whatever you want. This is what it means when I say I am that I am no matter what. You are absolutely perfect, absolutely whole, absolutely worthy, absolutely loved. You are absolutely everything you desire to be right now, no matter what. This is what I mean. It's not lip service. It is not lip service. Everything is perfect. Do you hear me? Okay? So, damn. Now my mouse is dead. All right? Now my mouse is dead. All right. Looks like we about to freestyle it together. Something must. This is when people start saying things like, "Oh, so the devil is working, y'all." Something must be really trying to stop me when it's all just unfolding perfectly, right? What a chaotic life. What a chaotic life. Get this brother off my screen. God damn. This motherfucker dropping shit. Mouse died. What's next? Let's give y'all some game, all right? Everything is perfect, right? So Source must know that I have something on my heart that I need to deliver to y'all. All right? What is it? Okay. Let's go back to talking about choice. You're always making a choice, right? Always. Okay? Think of everything that you do or go through in life as you making a simple decision. What kind of decision is it? Well, on the surface level, you're making a decision to say, I am the person that has what I want. I am everything I desire to be. Or you're saying, I am not. So let's play a game. While my mouse is charging, let's play a game. Interactive game. So get y'all's thumb ready in the chat. Okay? I'm going to ask y'all some questions. And I want y'all to tell me if what I am saying, if what I am doing in that moment is making the statement that I am or I am not. Okay? Cool. Now let's say that you want an SP. SP, for anybody that don't know, it means you want a specific person in your life. You've got your mind on them, your eye on them, your heart on them. And you have decided right now that you have this person. Okay? You have this person. And now all of a sudden they show up in your life and you don't feel it, right? They're not reacting to you the same way that you thought that they would in your visualizations. And then you go to talk to them and they say, you know what, hey, look, with somebody else right now. I can't really talk. But it's good seeing you. Have a good day. And they walk away. Okay? And now in my mind, I'm thinking, damn, I've affirmed who I am, but they're not showing it. Okay? They're not showing it. What am I doing wrong right now? What do I have to change right now? What do I have to do right now? Am I saying that I am or I am not? We got one am not. What's up, Leslie? What's up, Leslie? It should be a touchy subject. Okay? It should be a touchy subject. This is the point of this. The point of this is that are you willing to go there Are you willing to go there? And even when your mind goes there, are you willing to say, I am still perfect? No matter what happens, no matter what the situation looks like, I'm still who I say I am. Right? And so it's I am not for so many reasons. The first reason is what? If I believe I have to do something different, if I'm basing my identity on what I see, you've already said you're that person. But now when reality shows you a little bit different, right? Reality just walks up and slaps the shit out of you. And you don't stay solid. You crumble. You crumble, right? This is the meaning, the metaphysical meaning of even that, the movie The Matrix, right? When Neo is fighting, he finally realizes, I can fight back with Agent Smith, fight his ego. Okay, and he's fighting back. But when he actually has power is when he realizes that Agent Smith doesn't have power unless he gives him power, and he stops fighting. He just says no when the bullets are flying to him and realizes they have no power, right? Your external circumstances don't have power unless you say they have power. The moment that you decide, right? Because you're always choosing. The moment that you choose that this situation is showing you that you're wrong, you're just choosing to be in a reality where God says yes to that, right? God's not identifying with your emotions. God's not going there with you. Source is simply what? Accepting who you are being, who you're saying that you are, and then granting that to you. Okay? Source is just saying, okay, who do you say you are? If you're affirming that you don't have it for X amount of time, then of course that's what you get. Right? That is what you get. But the moment you put your identity, over the circumstances and say, I am that I am no matter what, now reality happens. All right? Now reality changes or conforms to you. Let's give another example, because I saw that little question. So, is it okay to cry? Is it okay to cry? All right, let's give another scenario. Am I saying I am or I am not? Okay, this one might be a little tricky for y'all. Okay. Now let's say that same scenario happens. Matter of fact, let's do some different scenario because I want to confuse the story. Now let's say that I have a bill to pay. Okay, and I've decided that, okay, I am the person that has this money. I have this money. It's mine. It's done. Okay? And the deadline of it's coming up 2 days from now. Right? And I get another notice in the mail saying if you don't pay, it's going to be cut off, or you'll be kicked out, or you'll be repoed, whatever the case may be, right? And I read that and I cry. And we're going to stop the story right there. I read it and I begin crying. Am I saying that I am or I am not? That's all the information you get. Don't add anything to the story. You are saying I am or I am not, whatever. All right, I got another question for you. Why would you say that why is crying say I am not? And what about crying says I am? And then the third question is, who is the one who is making the choice to say I am or I am not? Who is the one who is choosing? Who is the one who has chosen that just because they cry, that they are not? Who is the one who has chosen that just because they miss somebody, they are not? Sometimes, I'm gonna have to choose some different versions of some of y'all. I already see two of y'all that I got to choose a different version of. Because I don't feel like y'all listening right now. You don't seem to be listening right now, okay? When I say that you are absolutely perfect, it doesn't matter if you identify with the notice or not. It doesn't matter get the external reality out of your mind. Okay? Right now. Get it out of your mind. Shoo it out. Okay? Slap yourself. Say, stop thinking about the external reality. Whatever you got to do. This is it. Okay? This is it. All right? Right now, when I say that you are perfect and everything is unfolding perfectly, no matter what do I mean when I say that I am perfect? What do I mean when I say I am perfect? Do I mean I am perfect except when I cry? Do I mean I am perfect except when my thoughts spiral? Do I mean I am perfect except when I feel bad? Okay, here we go. That version of me, if I'm saying that I am perfection, I am everything I desire to be right now, no matter what. And the version of me, 2 seconds from now, begins to cry. Does that mean that version is not perfect? I just said I was perfect no matter what. This is the thing, y'all. Y'all hear me when I say no matter what. But then it just goes in one ear and out the other. Yes, it's I am. It's I am. You are. You are. You are already perfect no matter what. Okay? If you're crying, the crying is perfect because it's a part of the perfection. You are the perfection within the crying, y'all. You are the perfection within the complaining. You are the perfection whenever your thoughts are spiraling. Hear me when I say this, y'all. Because understanding this will liberate you from all the bullshit that you hear in the world, okay? The only person that can tell you that you're out of alignment, the only person that can tell you that you're not getting what you want, that you've messed up, that right now you're not the person that deserves whatever you want, the only person that can tell yourself that is you. Nobody else. Okay? It's just you. It's only you. So when I say you are God, and people jump in and say, no, you're not. Repent, Alex. Right? Even though repenting means to die to your old ways and walk into the knowing of who you are, right? Which metaphysically we already know what that means. Even when I say you are God, this is what I mean by that, okay? Okay, this is what I mean by that. Hear this example. Same example I always give. If right now you had no memory of your mother, you woke up tomorrow with no memory, who would she be to you? Nobody. She would be nobody. You wouldn't know her from anything. You wouldn't know her from anyone. What makes her special? You do. The story that you tell about her makes her special, right? That's it. It's you. You are the God that makes things special. Now let's go into the circumstances. If you had no memory of anything in your life, what would the circumstances you're in? If somebody just read out to you, you owe this, you would just look at them like, what? Okay, so it would mean absolutely nothing to you. No context, it would have no meaning, okay? It's not God. It's not something out in the sky making certain things good or bad or right or wrong in your life. It's you. It's you. You're the only one doing that. You're the only one saying, oh, this is right, this is wrong. This is good, this is bad. This is what I should do, this is what I shouldn't do. This feeling means that I'm going to get it. This meaning feels that or this meaning says I don't. This feeling says I don't. This negative thought says I can't get it. This one says hold up. If you are source and everything is God, then everything must be perfect. So why are you walking around pretending like things are not perfect? Do you want to experience things in your life that prove that it's not perfect? Is that what you want? Then why not make the choice that you are absolutely perfect right now, no matter what? And I simply get to choose what I want. And from the moment that I choose, every single thing is perfectly unfolding for me. Every thought, perfect. Every feeling, perfect. Every scenario, perfect. Every closed door, perfect. Every open door, perfect. Every tear, perfect. Every laugh, perfect. Every song, perfect. Every day, perfect. Everybody, perfect, right? Why would you not think that? Unconditional. It has to be unconditional, okay? You are everything you desire to be right now. And I feel all y'all need to record your own sleep tape with you talking shit to yourself. Every day I'm perfect. I wake up perfect. I go to bed perfect. When I affirm, I'm perfect. Whatever you want to say, you are absolutely perfect. Through it all, you are the perfection within the storm. And then you simply make the choice of what you want, and you know that everything is the unfolding for it. Because you've made the choice, everything is unfolding for you. Everything, okay? Nobody, right? Nobody has ever told you how to measure if you're in the right vibration, right? You're just simply making the choice to say that you are or not. Once we get into I don't know, Miss Mimi. I don't know, right? But once we stop battling ourselves and contradicting ourselves and just relax into the knowing of who we are right now. Who you are right now is perfect. This moment is perfect. Well, what if I feel sad, Alex? Well, show up for yourself. Like you're your child. Give yourself love through that sadness, knowing that it is perfect. What if your thoughts spiral? What if they do? Do you want to sit around and suppress your thoughts all day? Like, it's such a simple concept that there's no devil out there. There's no Satan out there. There's no opposing force. There's just us. There's no out there. There's just you. And we say it in all these profound ways or these different ways. And we have this conversation. And to be honest, right, all of our discussions, I'm not telling y'all anything new. Everything that we're saying, it's the same thing from just a different perspective. The beautiful thing about this is once it clicks from one perspective, you've got what you need. You've graduated. You don't have to walk around accepting the limitations of other people. You don't have to walk around monitoring your thoughts all day. You don't have to walk around suppressing your emotions all day. They're perfect, right? They're absolutely perfect. Right now. Accept, right? Get to the point. Just accept right now. Like, stop trying. Stop trying to be this person in alignment. Stop trying to be this person that embodies perfection. Stop. And just know that you're already perfect. Just know. Okay? Just relax into the knowing that right now you're everything that you decide to be. You are not on trial. You are absolutely free. Absolutely free. Okay? And can we use wanting to quit the job as an example? For sure. All right, let's do that. Matter of fact, do you want to tell the story? Do you want to tell the story and we go from there? So we make or break our own laws that we create. Exactly. That's it. We make or break our own laws that we create. That's it. That's exactly it. We are the ones walking around creating and breaking our own laws. Right? We can change reality like this. It takes a moment. Oh, you just want examples? Dang, I was hoping that you gave an example. Oh, man. I guess I'll give one. Can we use wanting to quit your job as an example? Okay, cool. Let's do this. Remember, your job is to make a choice on what you want. Accept that you are what you want to be unconditionally, and then remind yourself that you are perfect unconditionally. Everything is unfolding perfectly unconditionally towards that thing. All right? Unconditionally. So let's give a couple job examples. I should use ChatGPT to generate some job examples. Hey, ChatGPT. It's not going to know it. I might have to be so specific. All right. Let's say that right now you don't like your job. You don't like your job, and let me think of something quick and short and to the point. All right, you've been trying to start a business. You have started a business, but you also work a job. You believe that job is holding you back in time. All right. And you know that your business will take off. You absolutely know it. My business will take off. It's going to make me $1 million. That's just the bottom line. All right. Now, that's just the bottom line. Okay. So now your company that you're working for has layoffs. It comes out the blue. They have layoffs. You are nervous because you don't know if this is actually the time for you to quit. You wanted to hold on for a couple more months. But these layoffs are effective immediately. No severance, straight layoffs. Okay? And now you're nervous. Okay, I needed a little bit more time to make everything work. Okay? Now you step out on faith and you decide, I am going to look for jobs. I'm kind of giving the whole example and answering too. I'm going to look for jobs. If something happens, cool. If something doesn't happen, okay. But now I'm going to actually put all of my focus in my business. Let's stop it right there. All right. That's the decision. I'm going to apply for jobs. If I get a job, cool. If I don't get a job, that's also cool. But I'm just going to put all of my focus in my business, hoping that my business is going to show up. If we stopped right there, am I saying that I am or I am not? Oh, I like that. Here we go. Sometimes I look at a situation that is seemingly impossible, but then I remember that because nothing is impossible to God, then nothing is impossible to me, right? That is beautiful, right? No matter what the situation looks like, you are the perfection within that situation. That situation is simply looking at you, waiting to mirror back to you who you are. And when you acknowledge that you are perfect, nothing is impossible to source. Now you open up the room for miracles. It doesn't matter if it looks like the opposite is happening. It doesn't matter if right now I have said I have the money and they come knock on my door and they drag me out of my house. It doesn't matter. I'm still that person. I have to make it unconditional. And when I make it unconditional, now the miracles can flow in my life. Beautiful. It's awesome. And I'll find out where you have, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you. Silver tongue is cool. I like that. I appreciate that. You got a silver tongue with this. I prefer gold, but I'll take silver too. Money is money. A dollar is a dollar. All right. So, okay. So here we go. Yes, at that point, I still am. I make the decision. All right. Look, I am the perfection right now. I got laid off. So what? Now, what meaning would y'all give to the layoff? Let's ask that question. What meaning? Ooh, platinum. I like the way you think. I like the way you think, girl. I like the way you think, right? Level up. Don't let me settle for less. So let's say, okay, you get laid off. I'm going to just apply for jobs. I am going to, if nothing happens, that's cool. But I'm just going to put all of my focus on this business now. All right. We like the Canelo money. Okay. It's the perfect unfolding. Okay, that's a cool story. That's a cool story. We can go there. What else could we say? What else could we say? Let's help each other out. Okay? Let's help each other out. Help each other out, right? What are some good ideas that y'all can come up with? I could say, look, Source knew that right now would be a busy time for customers. Customers, all of a sudden there would be an influx of customers, and all of a sudden there needed to be more demand for my product, or there need to be more supply. Not demand. There needed to be more supply for my product. So I needed to put more effort and energy into it so those customers could find what they want. Okay, that's a story. Why I'm asking y'all the story is because You don't have to stay to this perfect unfolding, right? That's my story all the time. And it should be your story. I would push y'all, to implore y'all to say it's your story. But if that's not enough, what is the story? What is the story that y'all want to tell? Here we go. Created the environment for my wildest miracles to come through. Being laid off is happening to me. It's always led me to better opportunities. Me too. Me too. All right. So let's talk about this question. Would this create pressure on the business to succeed? Would it? I'm assuming you meant Canelo, the boxer. I'm just assuming Canelo Alvarez is rich. I'm just assuming. I'm assuming he has a lot of money. Said, but do you have credit? Dog trying to fix credit in here. Dog trying to fix credit in here. All right, so let's talk about that, okay? Carmelo money's cool too. All right, so you say yes because now I'm depending on the business to work out. Are you depending on the external reality to show you something? Is that what you're saying? Remember, you're not necessarily take your focus off of the external reality. Who is working it out for you? Is it your business working it out for you? It's definitely a trick question. See, you have all of your focus on the external reality. Okay, let me break it down what you're saying. Okay? Imagine me saying this. Imagine me saying, all right, I am prosperity and the business is working out. I am the person right now that has the successful business. But there is pressure. Okay, that's fine. There's pressure. I have bills. Okay. And if I don't pay the bills, then bad things will happen. What am I really saying? I'm saying if these quote unquote negative things happen, then I'm not the person that I say I am. Hear me when I tell y'all this, okay? When you're making anything conditional, okay, you're saying that you're not the person that you want to be. Me saying, all right, look, I am prosperity, but if this shit doesn't work out, then I'm gonna lose faith and I don't know what I'm gonna do and everything's gonna fall apart. You're making it conditional, so you're really saying I am not. If you're making it conditional, you're saying I am not. And if you're saying I am not, guess what you will attract into your life? The thing that proves to you that you are not. So it doesn't matter if there's pressure, you still are. The pressure's fine. The pressure's part of the perfect unfolding. It doesn't matter if you got bills. You are still prosperity. The bills are part of the perfect unfolding. It doesn't matter if you doubt. It's just a perfect part of you. And you're still going to put your faith in I am. It's still perfectly unfolding. I am still perfect. Release your need to control shit. Release your need to judge things as right and wrong. You're going to have bills regardless. They're going to be there. Understand that you are prosperity. You are above those bills. Whether they're late or paid on time or whatever, you are prosperity. Why are you putting your worth, your meaning? Why are you basing your identity on the external reality that's going to change all the time anyway? Just make the choice. I am exactly who I say I am no matter what. Stop making it conditional. It's not conditional. It's unconditional. Okay, this is what I'm pushing y'all to. This is what I'm trying to push y'all to. Make the choice. Make the choice. All right? And guess what? My mouse is working. All right? So here we go. The mirror. The world reflects what you believe you are. Remember, if I'm making it conditional, I'm saying I am not. I want this, but if this happens, then I'm not it. I want this SP, but if I walk out and I see him with another woman, if I see her with another man, then I'm not that person. You're making it conditional, so you're really saying I am not. Because if you were, you would be it unconditionally. So if I'm saying I am not, then guess what's going to happen? Reality will prove to me I'm not, because that's who I'm being. Reality is not going down there and trying to punish me. This is why people are like, oh, it's punishing me. No, it's not. It's just giving you what you are. You're a hesitant person that will not choose what you want. You're so scared of facing your own thoughts. They're just your thoughts, y'all. How are you scared of your own thoughts? They're yours. You're still perfect above them all. We give our thoughts so much power, like they're this big thing that's above us, when you are just looking down on them. Your thoughts don't have power. You do. And because you are all power, guess what you get to do? You get to say, I am still perfect. It's still unfolding no matter what. No matter what. Beautiful, okay? So the world isn't showing you what is true. It is showing you what you believe. Every interaction, every trigger, every moment that hurts or uplifts is feedback from the mirror of your consciousness. All right, so here's a quote from Hermetic, or the Hermetica, right? The Kabbalion, damn. As within, so without, as above, so below, right? The first Hermetic principle. As within, so without, as above, so below. And then Matthew 9:29, according to your faith, be it unto you. According to your faith, be it unto you. Here we go. Your life is not shaped by fate. It is shaped by faith. Now, by faith, I want to put in parentheses another beautiful word. This beautiful word is, I'm sure somebody will guess it before I, damn, what's going on with now the keyboard don't work now? Did I get water in this shit? God damn. All right, anyways, the word I was going to put is choice. The word I was going to put is choice, all right? Your life is not shaped by fate. It is shaped by faith or choice, all right? Choice. Not the kind recited in ritual, but the deep, silent substance you carry in the unseen. Your boy limping through the stream right now. We gonna make it. We gonna make it to the end. Don't worry. We got this. Okay? So here we go. Matthew 9:29. According to your faith, be it unto you. Your life is not shaped by fate. There is no fate. I'm finna plug this hoe in. But if I got water in it and I plug it in, this might be the end, y'all. This might be the last part of the stream if I plug this in and it's got water in it. What y'all think gonna happen? If any of y'all speak any evil on me, it's a wrap. All right. I'm charging it up. All right. That's wild. Yes, Apple. It is Apple. No, it just died. That's all. It just died. You know what's interesting? I always get the little notification. It's like it's low on battery, and I'll be like, later. I'll charge it later. Because it only takes a couple minutes to charge anyway. So, It is what it is. All right, here we go. Matthew 9:29. The computer just dies. The power goes out. God damn. Speaking of paying bills, y'all. Hey, I'm still perfect despite the energy. Despite the bills being cut off, I'm still perfect. It's all working out. You feel me? Okay. Because if I start reading too much, I'm going to start telling jokes for 13 minutes. Let me take a deep breath. Let's focus, all right? Let's focus. All right, stay focused, stay present. Okay, don't stop dwelling on the past. Stop dwelling on the past, all right? Yes, the water fell down. Yes, the mouse died. Yes, the keyboard died too, right? But it's all part of the perfect unfolding to get y'all to the realization of who you are supposed to be, right? Just keeping you engaged. Just keeping you engaged, that's all. It's all perfect, right? But right now we in this present moment, and this moment is perfect. I'm no longer the version of me. I'm no longer the version of me whose stuff is dying. Okay? We're brand new now. Okay, so Matthew 9:29, it's according to your faith be it unto you. Your life is simply a representation of your faith, all right? Your life is not shaped by fate, by destiny, by some kind of arbitrary power that is just, sometimes we try to treat God like Santa Claus. Like he's some big fat man in a red velvet suit up there with a naughty or nice list saying, you didn't beg hard enough. Nah. I don't know if it's a righteous desire. Nah. But the truth is that source is simply always giving you what you're identifying as. God's not going down to your negativity or positivity about the situation, right? I am is above that. I am is above your feelings. I am is above your thoughts. I am is above the circumstances. It's above your praise. It is above your hatred. It's above your emotions, period. It simply looks at the choice that you make, at who you are saying that you are being. This is it. Your commitment to who you are being. We praise God, right? We love Source because it's just who we are. We do that just because it's who we are, right? The phone gonna die next for sure, all right? So your life is actually shaped by faith. All right, now when we talk about faith, not the kind recited in ritual, but the deep, silent substance you carry in the unseen. Faith is not belief in what you hope will happen. Faith is not belief in what you quote unquote hope will happen. Faith is identity. It is what you know yourself to be. This is why I always say, take your focus off external reality. Who are you? If you remember in scripture, right, there is this scene where Jesus asked the disciples who he was. Who am I? Remember, you play all the roles in scripture. So it's not really Jesus asking a bunch of people. It's Jesus asking it's Jesus asking you. It's your I am awareness asking you, who are you? It's God. It's I am within you saying, who are you? And so what did the disciples start doing? They started saying, hey, you must be, some say you're John the Baptist. Some say you're Elijah. Some say you're this. Some say you're that. Some say you're a prophet. Some say you're this. The importance of this is that we will sometimes, when trying to figure out who we are, we will start looking at how the external circumstances are shaping up, and we will start to base who we are on the external circumstances. But even Yeshua, right, representing your I am awareness, said what? Jesus said what? He said, no, but who do you say I am? Meaning it does not matter what anybody out there says. It does not matter what it looks like out there. It doesn't matter your bills. It doesn't matter that you're crying. It doesn't matter that the circumstance looks opposite. It doesn't matter that your SP is out there dancing around with some other woman or with some other man. It does not matter. Who do you say you are? Right? That was the lesson in all of that. Who cares what everybody else is saying? Who do you say? Who do you say I am? I am that I am, no matter what. All right. So faith is not belief in what you hope will happen. Faith is identity. It is what you know yourself to be, right? Not what you believe yourself to be, what you know. Stop trying to believe it and just know that you are it no matter what. Stop trying to feel it real and just know that you are it no matter what. You are so much it that your feelings don't change because you just are it. You don't have to do anything different. You just are it. This is how much you are it. It's just who you are. Stop trying and know, right? The beautiful scene in The Matrix. Come on, you're faster than this. Stop trying to hit me and just hit me. Don't think you are, know you are. Don't think you are, know you are. That was such a bar. When that part clicked to me, it was like, oh shit, right? Because Morpheus is the personification of what? The higher self. Morpheus is John the Baptist. John the Baptist in scripture represents the higher self. Jesus represents your I am awareness, right? Morpheus can give you the information. I can sit here and I can give you the information. You have to walk through the door. You have to stop trying to believe it and just know it. You have to accept it, right? And so I would ask you, my brother, what about resistance? Right? So let me ask you that, okay? What is resistance? When you say resistance, who is the one saying there's resistance? Now, if I sit up here and I tell you, okay, I want this and it's unfolding, but I just have a couple of things that are blocking me, isn't that just a story that I'm making up right now? Y'all gonna answer. I ain't got no keyboard right now, so I can't type shit anyway. Y'all gonna answer me. Isn't that just a story I'm telling? What is resistance? Resist not evil. It's just a story, right? You only have as much resistance or as much blockages as you're willing to say. That's it. There is no one in our way. Don't even say feeling. Well, it is a feeling. It's just a feeling, right? Yeah. Like, okay. Yeah. You're right. It's just a feeling. But when do feelings have power? When do your feelings have power to actually create anything? There we go. Now it's clicking. When you give them power. I'm finna start handing y'all pop quizzes just in the middle. I'm gonna say, okay, time out. Pop quiz. Everybody fill out this paper, submit it to me. Make sure y'all paying attention, right? When you give them power. When your thoughts start wandering against what you want, when do those thoughts have power? When do those thoughts have power? When you give it to them. Point blank, period, right? Let's go a step further. When does anything have power? When does the circumstance have power? When does the opposing thought have power? When does the feeling have power? When does that person out there have power? When you give it to them. Everything is powerless without your consent. Stop giving your consent. Blow your whistle and say no. You don't have consent. You don't have power. Okay? So let's go a little bit further. All right. Faith is identity. It is what you know yourself to be. Even when the world offers no proof. Especially when the world offers no proof. Even when the world offers the opposite proof. Okay? And what you know yourself to be, you create again and again in the mirror of time. What you know yourself to be, you create. You are so powerful. Okay, hear this. Listen up. You are so damn powerful. Okay, because there's no lack. There is only prosperity. But you are so damn powerful that you can create the illusion of lack by pretending that you are lack. This is how powerful you are. You are so in alignment with source that you can create the illusion of lack even though there's no lack simply by you identifying with it. You sitting around and doing affirmations all day, yeah, okay, cool, do that, right? But you don't have to do that. You just have to make the choice and know who you are no matter what. The universe is mental, all is mind. First Hermetic principle, right? As above, so below. The kingdom is within you. Right? You're told this in all these different ways. It's almost like scripture and all these spiritual texts, you're just slapping your ass around to the same point. I said the kingdom was within you. Bop, slap your ass. Oh, you didn't get it that time? Let's give you an uppercut this time. Blop, as within, so below. It's all pointing to the same thing. You are everything that you decide to be no matter what. If the kingdom is within you, if you are the temple of God, right? If reality is just your mirror, we think that we have to go on some long voyage to find God within us. No, but if it's within you, it just is you. Right? So this is that radical acceptance. How do I feel it real, Alex? Why are you trying to feel it real? Why don't you just know that it is real? And because it is real, you feel however you want to feel. You just feel how you feel right now because it's so real. It's already done. You're trying to be something. You're trying to embody something is the reason that you don't have it, because you're trying to be it is the affirmation that I am not it. Me trying to walk around embodying some negative, some vibration of wealth, whatever that means. Like I said, y'all, you do not have a vibrational measuring thermometer. That when you're ready to know your vibration, you take it, you just pull it out the little case and the thermometer, just put some Vaseline on the end, just shove it up your ass, right? Hit the on button and it just starts beeping. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, you're the vibration of wealth. You take it out, wipe it off. Some of y'all probably wouldn't wipe it off. You just take it out, put it back in the pack, close it up. All right, I'm wealthy. And whenever you're not the vibration of wealth, it starts do-do-do-do-do-do. You don't have that. You're just making up stories saying, oh, I'm in alignment or I am not. No, that's exactly what kind of thermometer it has to be. Some of y'all would love that. Some of y'all are like, oh, that's a real thing. That's a real thing? Y'all DMing me right now. Send me the link, Alex. Let me buy that thermometer. Sit your nasty ass down and get this damn lesson. Shit. Feel it real doesn't make sense, right? If I've never had money, then how will I assume the feeling of prosperity? Somebody explain that to me. Somebody explain it. If you have never had money, what is the feeling of wealth? Shit, I don't know. Happy, I guess. Okay, so you think if you have money, you're gonna be happy 24/7? Somebody told you vibration, you're not even supposed to know about those words. Vibration, frequency, alignment. You can't tell me what any of that shit means. None of you. You can try to explain. If I ask 20 different people, I'm gonna get 20 different answers of vibration and frequency. You just gotta feel good all the time. I've had days where I feel like I had a lot of money. I've had rich days and still did not feel good. So it can't be just feeling good. You can't tell the same way that nobody can sit here and prove to me that there's a subconscious mind. You can't. You can tell me what you read. You can just repeat some shit you heard, but you can't show me it. You can't. You cannot prove. If you right now decide that you have to reprogram a subconscious mind, you can't even prove to yourself that it's reprogrammed. When it's reprogrammed is when you actually make a choice that it's reprogrammed. You're finally one day going to wake up and say, oh, okay, I guess it's reprogrammed, and then it will be. You can feel good even when feeling bad. Feeling is such a fleeting thing because your feelings are always changing. They can't be you because they're always changing. So me sitting around and trying to wrestle something that's always changing anyway. Y'all ever seen that what's that little squeeze thing where you can squeeze it and it'll pop out your hand? I used to love watching, like when I was younger. Never mind. I ain't finna go there with y'all ass. Not on this goddamn stream. All right. But that little squeeze thing, the little slippery things, right? Chasing your feelings is like trying to squeeze that as hard as you can. Squeeze your feeling as hard as you can, hoping it will stay still, and it's just gonna pop out of your hand. I knew I was gonna get that reaction. I knew it. I knew it. But the shake weight. How many of y'all had a shake weight? Raise your hand if you're guilty of having a shake weight. But anyways, bottom line is that when you try to control your emotions, they're always changing anyway. Always changing anyway, right? Always. Changing the external circumstances. Even that is an illusion because you can't change them. What it is right now is what it is. You're simply choosing a different perspective of yourself, right? In my Father's house are many mansions. Mansion is a dimension. You're simply changing a dimension, changing a perspective within you and allowing reality to what? Morph, reveal who you actually are. Okay? That's all you're doing. Understanding why we feel. Okay, so let's even go there because I love that perspective. I love that perspective. Understanding why sometimes we feel a certain way gives us a more meaningful perspective. Absolutely. And you can't do that. We can't do that when we think our emotions are imperfect. And we run from our emotions and we're suppressing our emotions, thinking what? Oh, if I just feel good, then I'll get this wealth. Then I'll get this person. You're bypassing yourself. You're meant to honor that feeling. That feeling is a perfect part of you. That emotion is a perfect part of you. So one of the beautiful questions you can ask, what do I have to believe to be true to feel this way? But you can't even ask that question if you're not willing to sit there in the emotion. An emotion is just energy in motion. There is only one energy in this universe. One. There is God. There's just one. There's God, right? So that one energy in motion, you feel it as an emotion. We just have an ego that tells a story. So if we tell a certain story that we believe is positive, or if we tell a certain story that we believe is negative, we just feel that one energy through a different lens. We filter it through our ego and we experience positivity, negativity. But it's the same energy. It's the exact same energy. Okay? We just experience it from different polarities. Why are you judging God as negative? This is what your emotion is. It's just the energy of God flowing through you. Whether it feels good or not, why are you judging it as negative? Why are you saying it's imperfect? Okay, I'll go back to what I was saying earlier because I believe it's profound. You are coming onto this journey and you are reparenting yourself. If your child walked up to you, right, and their thoughts were racing and their emotions were all over the place, right? They were feeling anxiety or fear or doubt about something. You wouldn't tell them, get over that damn feeling of doubt. Get over that fear, get over that anxiety, and you're only ever allowed to talk to me when you're happy. You're only ever allowed to talk to me when your thoughts are not racing. You wouldn't say that. You would sit through it with them. There might be times where you kind of get them to deal with themselves, right? But what's the most important part of how you sit with them? It's your presence. Self-love is not going to the damn nail shop. It's not taking a bubble bath, right? Self-love is not going on vacation just so you can shake a little ass on the balcony. Shake them little Debbie cakes on the balcony, right? Self-love is when you're actually able to sit with yourself and reparent yourself. It's when you're actually able to provide yourself presence. How are you saying that you are loved and showing yourself love when you're running from all of your thoughts, running from all of your emotions? Yeah, them little Debbie cakes. Because I know most of y'all don't got ass. Right. Couple of y'all might not be the little Debbie's. Y'all might be Big Deborah. A couple of y'all might be having Big Deborah cakes. You know what I'm saying? Them Big Deborahs. You know what I'm saying? Deborah, bring your ass over here. But the bottom line, right? The bottom line is that you show up for yourself. Okay? Show up for yourself. And when you show up for yourself fully, the world can show up for you. Okay? When you show that you're the type of person that can sit with your emotions and still say that they're perfect, other people will actually be able to sit through them as well. Right? The world will actually be able to show you that it loves you because you're actually showing that you love yourself. Right? More than just the surface level things. Right? I've seen people that have these retreats and like self-love retreats. Come to me on vacation or come with me on vacation. Right? And sit around and get massages and shit like that. That's all surface level stuff. Taking care of yourself, it is what it is, right? But when we talk about loving yourself, we're talking about presence. That person that you love, you know when they're present with you or not. You know when, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to talk to them and they're on the phone. They're texting. They're not there with you. You know that, right? What makes you think spirit doesn't know that either? What makes you think your soul doesn't know that either? You know, you're not even being present with yourself. Right? This is the thing that a lot of people kind of pass up, is that when you're going through a difficult situation with a partner, right? And you want them to sit through your discomfort. Let's really think about, right? Because the world is a mirror. Reality is a mirror. You want them to sit through the discomfort with you, right? You want them to handle difficult situations with you, right? Okay, cool. Do you sit through those with yourself? Or are you sitting around here trying to avoid your thoughts and emotions? If you're doing that, what do you think the world's going to reflect? Why do you think people are ghosting you? Why do you think people show up and leave? Why? As within, so without, right? The kingdom's within you. Reality is a mirror. So why are you walking around affirming for people and then avoiding your own thoughts, right? This is a path of radical acceptance of yourself. When you see yourself as perfect, right? See others as perfect so your Father in heaven can forgive you. But even what that is meaning, right, is when you start to judge everything as perfect. Now those things can actually show up perfectly for you. But if I don't, I am perfect no matter what. This is a statement of absolute, this is an overarching statement around your whole life. Okay? There's nothing imperfect about you. Absolutely nothing imperfect about you. Okay? Cool. Let's get into this again. All right, Proverbs 23:7. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. First of all, when I always say Proverbs 23:7, I want to be very, very specific about this, okay? There is a word, the fourth word in this, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Does it, let me just ask y'all, okay? Does it say as a man feeleth in his heart? No, it doesn't. It says as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Okay? As a man thinketh in his heart. What does that mean? Why not as a man thinketh in his brain? Why as a man thinketh in his heart? Let me ask y'all that. We've been talking about choices. We've been talking about accepting every single part of you as perfect. Even your thoughts are perfect, right? But as a man thinketh in his heart. What is a heart? What is important about thinketh in your heart? Let me give y'all a hint. The heart is the seat of the soul, right? There we go, Jordan. There we go, Jordan, my beautiful goddess. You know what I'm saying? Yes, because the heart represents the knowing. That's all. It represents that knowing. It simply represents you dropping out of your mind and dropping into the knowing. Stop trying up here and just know in here. Just accept. Just know. Think it in his heart. What you know in your heart to be true. Okay? Even scripture will tell you what it will say. The heart is deceitful above all things, who can know it? What that means is what? Your feelings. Your feelings are going to be deceitful. They're going to lead you astray. Who can know this shit? If you just walk around basing who you are on your feelings, my goodness. My goodness. You are not your feelings. Okay, you are the awareness behind it. All right? So, your reality rises in direct proportion to your inner knowing. If your faith is in lack, life shrinks to meet it. If your faith is in limitation, the world will fold itself into a cage. But if your faith is in divinity and destiny, in the I am pulsing behind your breath, the world cannot help but bow. Life is not responding to your wishes. It is obeying your embodiment. Not what you want, but what you believe you are. Okay? Next part. Hold hands when I say this. The mirror has no agenda. The mirror of reality has no agenda. It does not punish. It does not praise. Okay? It simply reveals. It simply reveals who you are. If you believe you are small, life will reflect confinement. If you believe you are unworthy, the mirror will echo rejection. But if you remember you are light, the mirror will not flatter you. It will bow to you. The mirror will bow to you. Okay, so number 2, the mask. You are not the character, you're the light wearing it. You have confused the costume for the self. Anytime you base yourself on anything that is temporary, you are confusing the costume for yourself. What if I feel like this? You're confusing the costume for self. What if the situation looks like this? How do I deal with this? You're confusing the costume for yourself. Doesn't matter how you deal with it. Why are you trying to deal with it anyway? You're trying to survive to it. You're trying to escape from it. You're trying to say that it is not perfect. It is just the perfect unfolding. Sit in it. Love yourself through it. Know that you are everything you desire to be through it. What do I have to do is always the wrong question. What do I have to remember? I already am. I always have been. That is the question. Okay? Here we go. You have confused the costume for the self, the pain, the name, the pattern, the past. These are roles. Sacred, of course, but temporary. Absolutely. All right? God put on your name like a veil, walked through your heartbreak like a training ground, spoke through your silence, moved through your mistakes, and every time you felt furthest from God, God was closest. Because the pain was never punishment. It was the pressure that cracks the costume and reveals the divine. You're not being punished for shit. Get that out your mind. It is your belief in punishment that keeps you in that damn cycle of being punished. It is your belief in blockages that is keeping you away from what you want. It's your belief in limitation. It's your belief in you have to suppress your thoughts, denying yourself as perfect, denying God. Denying God. And so now your Father must deny you. All right? Next. You are not here to perfect the reflection. You are here to radiate. You're not here to sit around and make the reflection perfect. It's already perfect. It's already perfect. Just as it is. Everything you see has a right to exist. Them cheating on you is perfect. It has a right to exist. Them ghosting you, perfect, has a right to exist. You don't have to accept it. Okay, let me rephrase that. Okay, because sometimes I get a little too excited and I just speak without being very clear. I always want to be crystal clear with y'all because I don't want to contradict. All right? Accept it as perfect. You don't have to choose that is the end. Okay? You don't have to choose that is the end. This is just one of infinite realities. That's it. And now you get to choose. All right? Stop trying to make the mirror love you. It cannot reflect what you won't admit. All right, so Matthew 5:14. You are the light of the world. And then what is after that? You are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden. Profound statement, right? You are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden. Let's break it down. This verse is not a compliment. It is a calling. Kind of telling you who you are, right? You are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden. It is Christ reminding you of your origin, your assignment, and your uncontainable nature. You are the light of the world, not a flicker of borrowed flame, but a divine fire seated within you. You are not here to blend in, to dim down, or survive in silence. You're not simply here to survive your thoughts, survive your emotions, survive the circumstances. You are here to create through them. You are here to realize you are larger than them. These are just empty, dead things that you're seeing in the external reality. And you are the light of God, the lamp of God. You are the Christ consciousness walking through life. And guess what? Breathing meaning into everything that you see. Beautiful. Okay. So you were placed like a city on a hill, elevated, visible, radiant. Okay. Here we go. Not to boast, but to illuminate. Not to dominate, but to guide. When you awaken to the light within, when you awaken to the knowing that you are sourced, you stop waiting for permission to shine because you realize God already appointed you as a beacon in the world that forgets. You are the beacon in a world that forgets. Okay? You are the Christ in a world that forgets. And here is the mystery. Your light doesn't come from effort. It comes from being. You don't light the world by preaching, performing, or pretending to be perfect. You light it by remembering what you are. Stop trying to be and just know that you are. Stop trying to be perfect. Just know that you are. Stop trying to be in alignment. Just know that you are a source. So therefore you must always be in alignment. Life is just pushing you towards remembering. Yeah, in every step. In every single step, life is just pushing you to remember. God damn, remember more this time. God damn, remember. Right? This is all life is doing to you. All right? Here we go. All right. So, next. All right. So you don't light the world by preaching, performing, or pretending to be perfect. You light it by remembering what you are. It's all a journey of remembering. This is all it is. I remember I'm source. I remember I'm the Most High. I remember I'm the divine. I remember I am the Christ. I remember I am perfect no matter what. And when I say no matter what, I'm going to keep hammering this, all right? That means my feelings are perfect. That means even when my thoughts wander, I am perfect. The only one who is saying that they're not perfect is you. The only person that says they're not perfect is you, okay? Once that light is seen, once your soul lives unmasked, once your truth is no longer edited to fill comfort zones, you become the living proof that divinity still walks in flesh. Just as a city on a hill cannot be hidden, neither can a soul who has remembered their origin. You are not the light because you shine. You shine because you are the light. Do you hear that? That's profound. Sometimes I can cook, okay? You are not the light because you shine. You are not the light because you try to shine, because you become something that shines. You simply shine because you are the light, right? You don't stand in the sun. You do not fight off the darkness to see the sun. You just open your eyes and realize, guess what? Sun's been here the whole time. You don't fight off quote unquote lack to get to prosperity. You simply remember, I've been prosperity the whole time. Do you hear what I'm saying? You don't have to become anything to be radiant. You don't have to become anything to change your reality. You don't have to become anything to get the prosperity or the love or the treatment that you deserve. You simply have to remember that you have been it the whole time. You are not the light because you shine. You shine because you are the light. And I'm being very intentional today, right? Because we're getting these odd comments, right? And I focus on the comments because the comments keep driving us. They keep driving us forward in these discussions, right? And it's like, Alex, no, you're saying that there's nothing to reprogram, but then you're explaining to us how to reprogram. I'm not talking about reprogramming. This is about a remembering. You don't have to travel through time to be this. The point is, stop trying to travel through time to be someone and just know that you are that person right now. Right now, when I understand that I'm perfect, when I make the choice of what I want, that person, that money, whatever the case may be, from this point forward, when I make the choice, everything is perfection on the journey there. Okay? Everything. Okay? When my thoughts wander, perfection. When I'm trying to do something, perfection. When I'm taking a nap, perfection. When I feel good, perfection. When I feel bad, perfection. It's all the perfect unfolding, right? This is what Neville was saying when he said you are everything you desire to be. And the only thing, here we go. What was that? You are everything you desire to be. The only thing that keeps you from what you want is you refuse to believe that you are that. We just refuse to believe that we already are that person. You already are it. Or we keep trying to put this space in it. This reprogramming space. This, yeah, I hear you, but it's a future version. No, it's not. It's the present, the past, the future. You've never been more powerful or less powerful than you are now. You will never be more powerful or less powerful than you are right now. You've just been pretending not to be in alignment. You've been pretending all of these things for so long. Stop pretending. Right? Stop pretending. Just relax. Just know who you are. Okay? So here we go. The divine is not something high above us. It is in heaven. It is in earth. It is inside us. Really, it's all saying the same thing, right? Heaven, earth, inside you, all the same shit. Okay? When you remember the light you are, you stop asking for validation because you radiate revelation. You stop managing. Here we go. You stop managing your image because you're embodying your essence. You stop reacting to the reflection because you realize you are not the reflection. You are the light that made it. You are not the reflection. You are the light that made the reflection. So why are you judging, basing who you are on what is out there? Okay? All right, let's check on my buddy. Come here. Let's see. All right, that's how you want to be. That's cool. Figure you out later. All right, so number 4, the divine hidden in your humanity. Okay? The divine hidden in your humanity. Okay? Your flaws are not the opposite of God. Okay, this is a very important line. Okay? All right, here we go. This next four lines are very, very beautiful. Your flaws are not the opposite of God. They're the filters through which divinity shines. Even your sadness, your rage, your fear are languages of the infinite speaking in human dialects. Even your sadness, your rage, your fear, your frustration, your anxiety, all of that are the languages of the infinite speaking in human dialect. Do you feel what I'm saying? Do you feel what I'm saying? All right, 2 Corinthians 12:9. 2 Corinthians 12:9, okay? Here's another bar. What is 2 Corinthians 12:9? My power is made perfect in weakness. My power is made perfect in weakness. Here's another quote by Meister Eckhart. Here's another, sometimes we hear these quotes and they're so profound, but we don't really grasp how profound they are. They're just simple statements. There is nothing that is not God. There is nothing that is not God. Your anger, God. Fear, God. Your love, God anxiety. God is all source. Now, you might feel a certain type of way when I say that and push back. Who is the one saying that those emotions are not God? Is God all that there is or not? Is God all that there is, or is God most of what there is? Is God all that there is, or is God some of what there is? Which one is it? Which one is it? There is nothing that is not God. Nothing. There is no moment that God is not engulfed in. In this moment right now, everything around you is God. You sit in the presence of God. You are God. Your flaws, I want to read this one more time. Your flaws, your emotions are not the opposite of God. They are the filters through which divinity shines. Even your sadness, your rage, your fear are languages of the infinite speaking in human dialect. Damn. So you mean God is talking to me through everything? Yes, that's what I'm saying. You are absolutely perfect no matter what. Okay? No matter what. You're absolutely perfect. Next. Here we go. Here's another profound statement. We cooked in this section. God isn't trying to escape your humanity. God isn't trying to escape your humanity. He chose to wear it. Every moment you felt too human, too deep in anxiety or fear, was a moment divinity was deepening inside of you. You are not a mistake trying to be holy. You are holiness pretending to be broken, just so you could feel what it means to heal. You are not a fragment of God reaching for wholeness. You are the wholeness of God pretending to be a fragment. You are not a sinner. You are not imperfect. You are the absolute perfection. You are made in the perfect image of the Creator. The perfect image of the Creator. Okay? Next, number 5, returning to the light you never lost. You don't become the light. You remember you were never anything else. Do you hear that? You don't become the light. You don't become prosperity. You don't become love. You don't become worthy. You don't become source. You don't become all that there is. You don't become anything that you want. You remember you were never anything else. You've never been unloved. You've never been broken. You've never been in lack. You've never been unworthy. You have been sourced the whole time. The whole time. The mirror will shift when you stop trying to change it and instead return to the source that created it. Beautiful. Now here we go again, all right? Isaiah 61. Okay? Isaiah 61. Isaiah 61. My goddess, Miss Sophia, stop arguing for those limitations. All right, hear what I'm saying. Hear everything that I'm saying. You don't have to hold on to that story anymore. Who is the one saying that you have resistance? Who is the one saying that there is some part of you that is holding on to something? Who is saying that? It's you. There is no resistance except for the resistance that you create with your story. You cannot say that you are someone. I cannot say I am prosperity and then say, but there's something holding me back. What is that? All of you is God. Do you think God is holding you back from your desires? God is stopping you from getting what you want? No. The only person that is stopping all of us, any of us, from getting what I want, getting what we want, okay? The only person that's stopping us from getting what we want is us. It's the stories that we're telling. It's us believing in this quote unquote right, this quote unquote wrong. Who is saying what's right and wrong? Who is the one who determines that? It's you. You are the one walking through your life saying this is right, this is wrong. This is good, this is bad. This is the right way, this is the wrong way. I'm out of alignment, I'm in alignment. No one else is telling you these things. You're walking through your life. Remember, reality is just all imagination, okay? When you walk into a room, the room is meaningless. But the moment you walk in, you begin using your imagination to say things about it. Okay? You begin to use your imagination to say things. You say, you know. Matter of fact, Miss Sophia, go on and join up. If you want to join, let's talk about this. But you use your imagination to do things, to say, it's working out. Or let me get back to the room scenario. You use your imagination to walk up there and be like, I think people were talking about me. Everybody's just judging me when I walk in. Today's going to be a long day. It's going to be a hard day. We're just walking through life, right? We're just walking through life, creating a story. It's all imagination. It's all imagination, okay? So Isaiah 61. Isaiah 61. Arise. Right? When it says arise, right? Arise from your damn slumber of not knowing who you are. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. Okay? Here we go. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. What does that mean? Let's talk about it, okay? This is not a suggestion. It is a divine commandment to awaken. Arise, shine is the soul's call to stop waiting for the world to give you permission. Whenever you're judging who you are and basing who you are on the external circumstances, you're waiting for the world or something out there to give you permission. If you're waiting for the world to give you permission, what you are saying is, I am not who I desire to be. Okay? If I'm saying, it's been 6 months, Alex. Well, guess what you're saying? I'm not the person that I desire to be. I'm doing all the techniques, but nothing's happening. Okay, cool. What is that affirming? I do everything, but nothing happens for me. That's who you're saying you are. God's not identifying with your feelings of negativity or positivity. God is just giving you what you are. God is simply giving you what you are. So what are your stories telling about you? Okay? Your light is not coming. It has already come. It is not something to earn, prove, or chase. It is already within you, waiting to be remembered, embodied, and released. The darkness that you have been moving through was not the absence of God. It was simply the womb of transformation. And now the glory of the Lord, the divine radiance of your true self, is rising, not around you, but through you. You are no longer just a vessel of light. You are its revelation. You are the revelation of God. Beautiful. All right, so to arise is not simply to stand, okay? It is to remember who you are. It is to reject the illusion of smallness and say yes to the divine power seated in your being. To shine is to stop dimming your spirit to match your surroundings. Basing who you are on the temporary circumstances. Basing who I am on the temporary thoughts. Basing who I am on the temporary emotions. And understanding that I am the eternal source within. You are the awareness, not even within, right? Because you're not even within your body. Your body is within you. You are not within time. Time is within you. You are not within this world. This world is within you. World is all awareness. You are source. You are God. You are all that there is. Huh? All that there is. Let's go. Okay? You are the answer to the world's hunger. You are the city lit by heaven's flame. This scripture is not about becoming something new. It is about stepping into what has already been true. What has already been true. You are the place where God shows up in human form. What am I saying? When I say that, you are the place where God shows up in human form. Let's really be specific. You are God. You are the arising of the Christ, right? Remember, I am. When you talk about the metaphysical meaning of source, or of Jesus, Yeshua, right? Your I am awareness. What is that? The first begotten Son of the Most High. Okay. Think about that. Think about that. What does that mean? The first begotten Son of the Most High. What is the first? What is the first identity of God? We have to go all the way back to Genesis 1:1. Right? In the beginning was what? The Word. What is the Word? It's I am. What does Jesus represent? Your I am aware. This is the first begotten Son of God. Okay? So I am is the initial. I am is it. The first awareness is simply I am. The first word. The first acknowledgement of awareness is just, or of source is I am. I am all that there is. Okay? I am all that there is. This is why Jesus represents your I am awareness. So when we're talking about Jesus, metaphysically, we're talking about your I am awareness. Okay? So you are the place where God shows up in human form. You are the Christ. You are the Christ. Okay? And when you truly rise, the world around you doesn't just change, it awakens. This is the moment that you remember who you are. The world starts to awaken to you. Okay? Awaken to you. So here's a quote from the Gospel of Thomas. I am the light which is over all things. I am the all. The all came forth from me, and the all attained to me. The journey isn't about becoming more divine. It is removing every veil that made you believe you weren't. And when that final veil drops, you won't see a better version of yourself. You'll see the face of God, looking back through your own eyes. Let me read that one more time. My bad. Okay? The journey isn't about becoming more divine. You could not become more divine because you are already all that there is. How can you be more of what you already are? How can you be more of all that there is? How can you be more? How can you be more divine than you're knowing that you are the identity of the Spirit of God? God is pure spirit. You are the identity. You are the intersection between divinity and identity. You're the intersection of divinity and identity. Okay? It is removing every veil that made you believe you weren't. This is the journey. The journey is a journey of remembering, not becoming. It's removing the veils that made you believe you weren't. Who told you your emotions were wrong? Who told you your thoughts were wrong? Who told you they were not perfect? Who told you everything was not perfectly giving you what you chose? Who told you that shit? Who? Now, who is the one going through life saying that certain things are bad and good? Who is saying that? It's you. Okay? And when that final veil drops, you won't see a better version of yourself. You will see the face of God looking back through your own eyes. It is the realization that you are source. And because you are source, the eyes that you see through are the same eyes that God sees through. So you begin to see as God, understanding that my speech, my words, my perspective is an expression of the God that I am. Therefore, I choose to see everything perfect because I know that everything is God. The kingdom is within and the kingdom is everything. I choose to see everything is perfect because everything is God and everything is me because the kingdom is within me. You see how this is full circle. Why am I judging anything as negative? It's all perfect. Don't care what it looks like. Don't care how I feel. Like, this is what I mean when I say that. I don't care how I feel. It's perfect. And I give myself grace and I acknowledge whatever I'm going through. The quote unquote spiraling thoughts, it's still the perfect unfolding of my desire. It's all perfect. I'm not grasping. Like the God within you, the source within you, the power that you are is not just strong enough to create worlds. It's strong enough to let worlds go. Beautiful. Beautiful comment, right? There's no need of fixing. It's already perfect, no matter how paradoxical it looks, right? This is what I'm saying. It's unconditional. You are already unconditionally that which you desire to be. But when you make it conditional, you are really affirming that you're not it. Let me give that example one more time. When you make it conditional, you are affirming that you're not it. All right? A lot of you have this. The SP is just a great example. The SP is a great example. You want this SP. If you don't know what SP means, it's a specific person. You want this specific person to love you, right? You have chosen for them to love you. All right. Now, in your mind, you say, I am the person that has them. They are with me. But then in your mind, when you think of them with somebody else, you say, ooh, shit, I don't want to go there. Because that would prove that I am not that person. That cannot happen. You draw a line in the sand. That cannot happen. You're making it conditional. So you're saying, I am this person unless that happens. But because you're making it conditional, you're really saying, I am not. I am not that person. Unless reality validates me that I am that person and gives me what I need to see. So you're making it conditional. You're saying, I am not. And so if you're saying, I am not, guess what has to show up in your life to validate you? The thing that shows you you are not. This is why you attract the shit that you quote unquote fear. This is why they say things like you attract what you fear. No, you always attract what you are. You don't attract what you fear. You attract what you are. But when you start making fear an idol, you start worshiping fear. You're afraid to go there. You can't even stand in the presence of fear because it's so divine to you. This is what you're saying, y'all. Hear me when I say this. You can't even stand in the presence of fear and anxiety because it's so holy. It's so big to you. And if you have a situation in your life that feels scary, you won't even go there and say, even if that happened, it was perfect. This is where you have to step beyond logic. Even if that happened, I'm still the person that has them. It's unconditional. This is when you have to step out of that. This is why I love that. No matter how paradoxical it seems. No matter how paradoxical it seems, I have to accept that I am that person no matter what. No matter what does not mean no matter what except for one circumstance. It means no matter what. It means though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. This is what no matter what means. Okay? No matter what means no matter what. It doesn't matter if it's showing me the exact opposite. I am that I am no matter what. I am the perfection in every situation. I am the one who breathes God into every situation. I am the glitch in the matrix. I am the rising of the Christ within this matrix. You are everything that you desire to be right now, right? It's the acceptance of that. It's the radical acceptance of your perfection. My negative emotions are perfection. My negative thoughts, perfection. Positive emotions, perfection. Positive thoughts, perfection. I've already made the choice. Right? We talked about Romans 11:29. For the gifts and the calling of God are irrevocable. They can't be taken back. Once the promise is made, it's irrevocable. Irrevocable. Now let me even go a step further, okay? When I'm saying I am that I am, except for if this situation happens. Remember, where a piece of God is, all of God is there. Hear what I'm saying? God can't be divided. Where a piece of God is, all of God is there. Like I was saying earlier, you are not a fragment of God trying to be whole. You are the wholeness of God pretending to be a fragment. Like Rumi says, right? You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. This is everything. God is everything, right? So even in that situation you don't want to go in, that has a right to exist. God is there. And even from that situation, you can still have what you want. You might not see it, but you don't have to see it. You just have to know it. You get what I'm getting at? You have to get beyond your logic. You have to get beyond trying to be something and simply know that you are it. Okay? No matter how paradoxical that may seem. Now I'm stuck saying paradoxical. Now I'm stuck saying it. Okay? So here we go. Closing declaration. I am not the reflection. I am the radiance. I am not the mask. I am the mystery wearing it. I am not becoming light. I am light, remembering itself. You are everything that you desire to be already right now with your divine ass. With your absolutely divine, whole, prosperous, loving ass. Okay? You are everything you desire to be. Stop thinking and just know it. Stop trying. Just accept it. Just accept it. You are so much what you desire to be right now. You don't have to feel any differently to be it because you already are it. You have always been it. Even if that thing that you fear happens, you are still it and it's still unfolding perfectly. Even if the deadline passes, you are still it unconditionally, no matter what. You are God. You are God. You are God. Okay? So that's the end of this discussion. End of this discussion. I appreciate it. I feel like this one was a beautiful one, right? I appreciate, I always appreciate these discussions. I was inviting y'all. I invited your ass up because I wanted to talk about your situation, kind of help you out. But anyways, if y'all do want to join, y'all can join up. We can talk about things. If y'all have questions, we can go through it. I'll probably be on here for another, until something else happens, right? Until I drop my T on my mouse or something. We'll see. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all, my gods. I appreciate y'all, my goddesses, right? So this document, I put it together, but I put all of these documents on YouTube. Love YouTube. Love YouTube. Love YouTube. Unconditionally. I put all these documents on YouTube. So right after we hit the end button, I'll upload it to YouTube. You'll be able to have it, right? So it's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. And that's with all of the videos that we do. All the videos we do. Okay? Here we go. But if y'all don't have any questions, I'll go to sleep early. I ain't tripping about that either. I'm so blessed by y'all. I'm so blessed by y'all. So blessed by y'all. But is this shit still dropping water? Ah, here we go. You see that shit? Do you see what just... What the hell? All right. What is going on? Yeah, this shit got water damage or something, man. Let me turn that off. Let me turn that off. My bad, y'all. All right, here we go. Sleep early is always a sexy choice. To go to sleep early, shit sound kind of sexy to me. Put a hairdryer on it. See, look at y'all trying to take me out. Look at y'all trying to take me out. Put a hairdryer. No, I'm just playing with you. Yeah, I'll probably just use the other one I have. But the other one I have just needs to be charged. So I have another keyboard anyway. It's a big bulky one. It's one of the ones you type in, you can just hear all the buttons. Yeah. It's something. It's doing something from earlier. But now I need to fix the damn document because everything is deleted off of it. So, we'll see. So even though that I am the I am in my reality, I'm the Morpheus, and I'm whatever you need me to be in your reality, right? I'll be whatever you choose. Sure, I could be that Morpheus. I could play that archetype for you, the personification of that, until you personify it within yourself, right? But I could play somebody else. I could play somebody else. They could see me as the Antichrist. They could see me as they could see me as a villain. So it's all about your perspective, right? We can see everybody as all these different archetypes, but it's very specific to our reality. So, and I simply say that to say that you always are just making a choice, right? You're always making a choice. Said, oh no, I'm just playing. I was just playing. I don't have a hair dryer. I don't have a hair dryer. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Let me see if I missed some. Do I ever talk about division in humanity? I touch on it sometimes. Sometimes we get pulled. Sometimes I get pulled to those side conversations. We talk about it. Do you have a specific question or you want to talk about something? I'm open to talking about those things, but I I have no problem talking about anything going on in humanity. But there are lots of things that I checked out from, and I will use this to kind of segue to my own to something that I want to say anyway. Is no matter what's going on outside of me, I still get to make a choice on how it impacts me. Okay, you feel me? So no matter what goes on in my reality, I get to choose and say, okay, this is a positive impact on me. This is a negative impact on me, or this means absolutely nothing to me. It's all me. It all comes down to that beautiful choice, right? This goes back to what I always say about what things mean to you. If right now you took the person that you love the most, whether it was a parent, a sibling, a spouse, your SP, and your memory was wiped, you had no memory, no recollection of them, right? They become meaningless like this. What gives them meaning is the story that you tell about them. People are as beautiful as you make them, as special as you make them, as divine as you make them. You are the God in your reality. You are God, simply walking through life, breathing meaning into everything. One of the beautiful questions that we had the other day was, so where does imagination come into play with this? Well, imagination is everything, right? We tend to get stuck in thinking that imagination just means sitting in silence and visualizing. But imagination is everything, okay? The story that you tell about your mom, that's imagination. When you walk in a room and you say, I think these people are talking about me, or I think these people are thinking negatively about me, that's imagination. When all of a sudden you say, oh, I feel like I'm in alignment today, that's an imagination. What about reality isn't imagination? That you're walking through a blank canvas and you're telling a love story to yourself. And then you're walking through that love story and you're experiencing yourself. I'm simply saying, make it beautiful. Make it divine to match your divine ass, right? Like that's the whole purpose. So when we start romanticizing ourselves and seeing ourselves as perfect, and we come into this radical acceptance of ourselves, we go against the programming, right? We become that glitch within the matrix, and we just completely flip it on its head. I've been taught to see my imperfections. I've been taught to strive through my imperfections, but now I accept everything as the perfection of who I am. Yes, I still do things to improve and yada yada, but even that striving to improve, right? Even that, I don't tie it to my worth of receiving what I want. It's simply just what I'm doing because I'm an infinite being. Do you feel the difference? Right? I'm not sitting here trying to work and improve and strive because it makes me more worthy. I just know that I am. I'm doing that work because I'm an infinite being. Therefore, guess what? Therefore, I must always be expanding because that's just the nature of God. And in my reality, I simply enjoy to learn things. Therefore, that is the rate at which I expand. But even if I decided to never come on live again, to never read a book again, to never work again and just sleep, even if I decided to lose it all, to throw it all away, to go sleep on the corner, I can do whatever I want and I'm still absolutely perfect, still perfectly in alignment, and I can get whatever I want from whatever position I want because I am. I can always make the choice. Oh, I thought you said I was glowing for a second. I was like, stop! Don't make me blush, man. Don't make me blush. I appreciate you, and I love you more. I love you more. That's my only job, right? Is to hold up that mirror for y'all. It's the only reason I come here. It's the reason that I challenge y'all, right? It's the reason why I push y'all and pry and poke and prod. And even when y'all say things like, you know what I'm saying? I think I get it. That's why I say, are you sure? All right. Well, then let me ask you another question. How about tell me like this, right? Tell me about this. Tell me about that. Because I'm simply, it's that constant reminder that, yeah, I'm giving you this information, but you can walk around and you can just use your story to gauge who you are. Your story is always like your reality. Treat your reality as a report card. Okay? Treat your reality as a report card. Treat your thoughts as kind of treat your thoughts, your story as just an immediate feedback on what your report card will show you. Right? You get a report card every once in a while. Right? But you always have homework assignments. You always have stories. You always have tests. You always have these things, right? So your story is always going to be the clearest indicator of where you are. The next time that you sit here and y'all are about to write me this long ass message in the chat about how your life is terrible and everything is unfolding the wrong way and it's been X amount of time, now type it out. Type it out just fine. That's fine. Type it out. And then read it. And say, is the person saying this really somebody who has what they want? Is this the person that has already chosen what they want? You'll be able to clearly tell, right? One of the things that I used to always recommend to y'all was a day of silence. I would say, all right, take a day, one day out the month, and for a day, go into silence. I'm not saying sit around and meditate. I'm saying no TV, no phone, no books, no live streams, no text messages, no nothing. Just you and your thoughts. You're just going to sit around and be bored all day. And you're going to examine your thoughts. They're all perfect already, but you're going to start saying, okay, what kind of story am I telling? Am I really telling the story that I am in the end? What is my story telling about me? What is it telling about me, right? Am I judging everything as perfect? So when you actually start disconnecting, one of the first things that you'll start noticing pretty quickly is you're going to be like, oh shit, most of my thoughts really aren't mine. Because you're going to notice all of a sudden your mind's going to go to song lyrics and random TV shows and random things you saw on memes when you were scrolling through Instagram. And you're gonna have an itch when you feel a certain type of way. It might be fear or anxiety or something that just randomly shows up, and you have an itch to just go pick up your phone and drown it out. To just ignore yourself. And you're gonna be like, oh shit, do I always do that? Is it so routine to have dopamine just sitting in your hands, right? You've got instant dopamine right here, right? And you're gonna start confronting yourself. You're going to start being aware of yourself, right? It's a beautiful thing. The purpose of this is not to come out with some, guru-like control of your mind. Let your mind do whatever. Why are you judging it as something that needs to improve? Let it do whatever. It is what it is, right? It's to start confronting your stories. It's just to raise your awareness so that you can actually consciously observe yourself, right? The same way that you want to be present with your mother or with your spouse or with your kids when they're talking to you is the same way that you should be present with yourself, right? And then it'll also get you more in the moment, because even if you have this burning desire for, this person or this money, when will you actually experience them? You'll experience them. You will experience them in this present moment, right? You've never lived anywhere else. You've never lived in the past. You've never lived in the future. You've only lived right now. Every single love story that you've experienced right now. So it's always a good thing to be able to, okay, take my awareness off of my thoughts. My thoughts are fine. Take my awareness off of them. Let them run. When I say take your awareness off of them, I'm not saying to stop thoughts. I'm simply saying take your awareness off of your desire to judge them as right or wrong, good or bad, and simply drop your awareness on your body. So right now, if I told you that, can you do that? How many times, how much of the day are you aware of your body, and how many times are you just aware of your thoughts? Right now, can you drop your awareness or your focus from out here to within you? Let's do this exercise. Okay? Just take one deep breath and drop your focus into your body. And when you drop your focus there, just feel the energy of your body. Feel the weight of your body. You can feel your heart beating. You can just feel how your skin feels, how the clothes feel on you. Or no clothes, you know what I'm saying? If you freaky like that. You can feel your shoes or the socks on your feet. You can just scan your body. Just keep your awareness in your body. However you feel. How would you feel? How do you feel? How does your body feel without labeling it with thoughts or words? Don't label it with a certain word. Just feel it. Just observe it. Without labeling it as good or bad, this feels good, this feels bad, this feels strong, this feels whatever. Simply observe it, right? Now, from that perspective, can you still focus on this conversation? Can you still hear what I'm saying? But now you're more present with it. You can still do everything that you want within yourself, with the focus on yourself, bringing that awareness within yourself. And even when you do this, right? When you bring yourself to this moment, okay? Now, let's take it a step further, okay? Now think about what you want. But keep your focus simply on your body. Don't judge the faults of what you want as good or bad. Don't judge it as trying to make something happen or not. Don't judge it as something you want or don't want. Just simply think about it. Allow yourself to think. Keep your awareness in your body while you think. Bring it up. It could be a split-second image. It could be a long image. Just allow yourself to feel it. Now, the knowing, okay, that I want you to have after it. This is the moment that when that shows up in your reality, this is the moment that you will experience it right now. You're not going to experience it tomorrow. You're going to experience it right now. You have it right now. You will experience it right now. It's done right now. Right now. Exactly, right? You have it right. Like focus on this moment. This is the only moment that you will ever experience anything in. Everything. And this moment is this has been the most perfect moment. The most perfect moment. All of the beauty that you've experienced has been in this moment. All the pain you've experienced has been in this moment. All of it has been in this beautiful, divine, generous moment. This this moment right now contains your entire life. Even when you think of the past, where are you when you think of the past? You're right here. You're right now. You can only live right here. The more that you bring your awareness to this moment, the more things unfold for you. The more you keep your power. The more you remind yourself of who you are. Okay? There's so much beauty in this moment. But like I've been saying before, right? Because the quote, when y'all put me on Tom Caron, if y'all know Tom Caron is a creator, right? He has a YouTube called Be Something Wonderful. Y'all put me on him about 2 weeks ago, and I binged him for like 3 days, right? But one thing that he said that was profound, that really stuck with me, was stop using the present moment as a placeholder. We use the present moment as a placeholder to sit and think about the past that we wish we could change, or that we perceive as not being perfect. Or we sit in the present moment and we start thinking about the future that we want, when all of your power is right here. All of your power is right here. Tom Caron is a if y'all haven't listened to Tom Caron, Be Something Wonderful, right? He speaks about manifestation. Okay, he's why I like him is, even when y'all put me on him, when I started watching him, it's like, oh shit, we say a lot of the same things, which is probably why I have a bias towards him. But I like Tom Caron and Joseph Rodriguez. Joseph Rodriguez and Tom Caron, those are my two favorite people. But they speak very, very much from the I am. Like, it's all I am. It's all awareness. You are source. You are God. Everything is right here. You have everything. It's all perfect. Okay? But why I'm bringing, right, your awareness back to this moment, right, is because this is the moment where your power is. This is the moment where you will experience, and you are experiencing what you want. How often can you keep yourself here? How often can you keep yourself here? Right? I like Neuroknowledge as well, but I haven't watched a lot of his stuff. I've only watched a couple. Like The Power of I Am too. Love The Power of I Am. But I don't watch a lot of creators these days. But I definitely I like them. Joseph Rodriguez, he changed my life for sure. He changed my life for sure. But you are right here, right now. Okay? Cool. It's got about 14. Serena, what do you do? I got about 14 minutes, man. If y'all want to join, you can join. If not, if y'all have questions, we can do that. If we stare at each other for too long, though, I'm finna go to sleep. I'm always blessed. I'm always blessed. How do you realistically manifest 10K? What does realistic mean to you? Let's go from there. You want the practical steps, huh? Do this to get that. That is kind of how our mind operates, right? We always want this practical thing. But even the statement that you are trying to get it, that you're trying to manifest it, right? Even that in itself is a statement that you don't have it. Right? I'm sure that realistically means in your bank account now. But who says it's not in your bank account right now? Right? Who says you don't have it right now? ChatGPT can answer. ChatGPT will answer that for sure. ChatGPT answer everything, all right? No, but let's talk about it. Okay, you want to manifest 10K. Cool. First of all, let me tell y'all the story that I always tell about the one of my clients that manifested a lot, well over 10K, but she needed a certain amount of money. She needed over 10K at the time, and she made the decision. She had a deadline coming up where she needed a 10K. She made a decision that she had it. We were talking to her, and she made the decision right on the call with me. I have it. It's done. Boom. She needed it. There was a deadline for it, and she decided, I have it, it's done. We started talking about the deadline and the perception that she took, right? Which I kind of gently nudged her to, but she took it, because this is the thing, right? It doesn't matter what I say, it's all about you. Even when I tell you all these success stories, it does not matter how many success stories you hear, you simply have to make the choice. Okay? You have to make the choice. So she decided there is no deadline. The awareness of the deadline simply means I don't have it. The deadline means I don't have it, right? The deadline only exists in the reality where I do not have it, and I have it, so the deadline doesn't exist. I said, okay, perfect. Cool. All right. So the next time we talked was after the deadline. So she booked another session. I'm assuming that she was going to tell me a success story. I was just ready. And we got on. I was like, how's everything going? She was like, okay, good. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm still, it's still unfolding. I said, okay. She said, oh yeah, the deadline passed, but there is no deadline. I've accepted that there is no deadline. I already have it. I said, perfect. All right, so we just talked about some other things, about the I am awareness in general, and we got off, right? And a couple of days later, we actually have so anytime I have clients, I'll set up a Telegram channel so y'all can talk back and forth with me, right? Especially if you book multiple sessions, you will get that, right? So we're talking in Telegram, and then she ended up calling me on WhatsApp. So what's up? She had friends over at night. She had her friends over. Remember, she said she already had it. She had this 10K. She had her friends over. She decided she was not going to do anything. All of her friends left, okay? She found a lottery ticket. Called all of her friends. Hey, whose lottery ticket is this? Did one of y'all leave it? Every one of them said no. Okay, it was a scratch off. And when she scratched it off, guess how much she won? Well over what she needed. Well over what she needed. Now, I will pose this question to you. Where did the lottery ticket come from? What made her switch to this quote unquote reality? What made her switch there? This is such a beautiful story because what it shows is your decision is final. I want y'all to really think about what I was talking about earlier, okay? If I say that I am it, it's paid for, I have it, it is done, I am prosperity, and I make that choice, I am it no matter what. That means I am it no matter what. Reality has to reveal who I am to me. All right? If she were to say, I am this person unless this deadline passes, then I'm not that person. Well, guess what? She's saying that she's not that person because she's making it conditional. Because if I make it conditional, if I say, oh, I have this person, I have this SP, unless I see them doing that, then I don't have it. Unless I see them doing this, then I don't have it. Oh, I have this money, unless this deadline passes, then I don't have it. Okay, what I'm actually saying is I'm not it. I'm making it conditional. And reality only gives you what you are. So, if I'm saying I am the person that does not have it, guess what I attract into my reality? The very thing that proves to me I don't have it. So this knowing, going to that end and sticking, knowing unconditionally I am that person. Well, Alex, what if reality shows me opposite? Question you always ask. Question I always get, right? Question we all always ask. I used to ask it all the time. Well, what if reality shows me different? Okay, here we go. It doesn't matter what you do. It matters who you are when you are doing it. It's the radical acceptance that I've already made the choice. This is all manifestation reality creation is. It's a choice. You want your SP, and all of a sudden you see them doing what? Freak dancing in the club with somebody else. Are you still the person? Are you still the person that has them? You say you have the money, but the deadline passes. Are you still the person that has it? Who are you? Who are you? Have you made the choice? Right? You have to make the choice and stick with it. It's not a conditional choice. This is a choice of who you are. Right? When you make a choice, you're making a commitment to being that person. And so reality makes a commitment to proving to you that you are that person. Right? So therefore, even that story with the lottery ticket, right? Think about that. Even that story with the lottery ticket. she didn't have to do anything. She did. Her logic was that if I do stuff to get it, then I'm implying I don't have it. Now, I'm not saying you don't have to do shit or you have to do shit. I'm not saying either one. Okay, because you make the rules. It is your reality. But you have to just stick in that assumption that I already have it. It is done. Like I tell y'all, bro, when I was going through my situation with my eviction, right? When I was going through that some years ago, right? And I was going to get evicted. And at the time I was driving DoorDash. I owed $7,000. I owed about $7,200 actually. Okay? And I was still occupying the same script. I knew that it was done. But what was I doing? I was still sticking with the script. I was still asking people for it. But I was knowing that it was done. I was still asking people for the money. I was trying to borrow it. I was trying to make it. I was trying to do all these things. But when it got down to it, 3 days, 2 days, 1 day, and I did not know what was going on, I was still staying with that story. And as y'all know, what actually happened in it was, me personally, I didn't make the money. But I was affirming that it was done, it was paid for. So the day I was supposed to get kicked out, I was waiting for the goddamn constable to show up. Check the balance. It was paid. Called to see who paid it. Still don't know to this day. But it was paid in full. How? Because when I made the choice, reality had to show up. Whether it gave me the money in my hand or whether it was paid off or another infinite ways that it could happen. The way is not my concern. It's not. The way is not my concern. What I want, my only job is to choose, is to decide who I am. That is it. Everything else unfolds the way it should. Nothing is as it seems. Nothing is as it seems. That's why it doesn't make sense to say, if this doesn't work like this, then I am not it. That makes no sense because nothing is as it seems. I am that I am no matter what. I am what I choose to be no matter what. Okay? No. Do I know how it happened? Nope. To this day, I don't. I don't know. I don't know if the system did something just to do that, to give me more money. I don't know if I don't know. It was just paid. Have no idea to this day. The beautiful thing about it was that is what really woke me up. I went and I did that like my life depended on it because I didn't know what else to do, right? But after that, it was a light switch went off and I said, damn, I can really do whatever. I can really do whatever. And even that, going through that, you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm going to tell you. So the unfolding of that to give me what I wanted, it was beyond perfect. Because even the perfection in that unfolding gave me the insight. Because if it had unfolded differently, maybe I wouldn't have had the insight on even how long I could have went until I got kicked out. Because even that knowledge, I took that and I was like, oh shit, okay, cool. I know this law now. I can make this money. I can do whatever I want. I can put myself in whatever position I need to be in my life. Now, boom, I have X amount of time before this could happen again. So I wasn't thinking in terms of I'm going to pay the next rent on time. I was thinking in terms of, okay, I'm going to change everything by the time this time comes around again, right? And I'm going to do that by sticking to the commitment, but also knowing that that time was still irrelevant. That was a goal for me, but I am that I am no matter what. But since time flows through me, I can still play with time, right? I'm not a victim to time. I am the perceiver of time. I am the awareness of time. You hear what I'm saying when I say that, okay? I am not a victim of time. I am the perceiver of time. So I don't have to fully just let go of when things show up. I just have to know I am what I am no matter what time it does show up. But I can still play with time because it's me. I am the awareness that creates time. Such a paradox, I know. A lot of this is so beyond logic. Once we start getting into this, down this territory, it's beyond logic. It is surrendering to The one of the most beautiful quotes that I always lean on, and I bring it up in a lot of these discussions, is the mystic swims in the same waters that the psychotic drowns in. The mystic swims in the same waters the psychotic drowns in. It's such a profound statement to me because, shoot, it's the truth. Like it's the decision that it doesn't matter what reality shows me, I still am it. It's the decision that every emotion on that journey is perfect. Everything I see on that journey is perfect. Boom. Yes, exactly. Exactly. You stay in that awareness. Yeah, it's all awareness, all awareness, all awareness. My bad, y'all got distracted. Interesting. There's so much magic, right? In the sometimes when we say things, you know, the simplicity of it kind of blows our mind, right? I simply have to choose, and then we want to ask more things like, okay, how do I choose? How do I stick with it? I mean, the same way that like you just choose, right? The same way that you choose that you want to ask someone out is the same way that you choose that you have something. You just do it. No one can guide you on the choice. You simply make the choice. And a choice of confusion is still a choice, right? Like if I say that I have money, prosperity, but then I'm sitting here and I'm debating, well, should I have prosperity? Because what about other people suffering in the world? And what about this and what about that? Well, reality simply reflects my confusion because my lack of making a choice is a choice, right? My hesitation is a choice for reality to hesitate in giving me something. My confusion, me being a double-minded man, is a choice for reality to show me hot and cold shit. For reality to show me this back and forth tug of war nature, right? So you can always look at reality and get a clear indicator of who you're being, of what you've decided, of what you've been choosing, right? Does reaffirming unintentionally affirm the doubt? How? No. Like, what do you mean by that? Who is the one who is saying that that is affirming the doubts? Right? Remember, you're making these laws. You're making these laws. Who is the one saying that you're affirming the doubt? It's purely choice. Purely choice. Well, I think everything has polarity. So when we talk about yin and yang, right, we can call it a whole bunch of things: masculine, feminine, you know, conscious, subconscious, positive, negative, all of these different ways to explain just polarity, right? But it's still the same energy just being directed. It's like good and bad, right? It's just judgment on either side of the polarity, but it's still my energy just going into to please ask a short question. It's still simply my attention going into a whose question? What question? What question you're talking about? Damn, I got things again, right? Yeah, there's one source, but there's one source. Yin and Yang is not a separation of source, right? Just like when we talk about things like Shakti and Shiva, these aren't two individuals. This is just energy, right? What is the difference between hot and cold? It's the same energy. They're just on different sides of a scale of polarity. There's only one source. There's only one source, all right? So masculine and feminine, okay? These are polarities. They are just different sides of the spectrum. Within you, you have masculine and feminine. Within you, within everybody. Now, which side you lean to is completely up to you. But it's just polarity. It does not take away from the whole or add to the whole. It's just how we define energy. It's just how we deem things to be. How can I keep the click? In that I am, and the power within. All right. What makes you think that you have to click? What makes you think that you have to click or has to feel a certain type of way? What makes you think that? Right. Of course you can't unsee it, right? Truth is hard to unsee. Do I pray to God? Every word we say is a prayer, right? I am the temple of God. Every thought that I have is a prayer. Every word I speak is a prayer. Every moment that I sit in silence is a prayer, right? It's all a prayer. I am a walking prayer, so yes. God is spirit. God is beyond energy. God is spirit. God is all that there is. God is all that there is. God is spirit. Pure spirit. Well, the only reason that there's a time crunch is because you're aware, because you believe that you don't have it, right? There's no deadline. There's no time crunch. Yeah, there's no deadline. There's no time crunch if you have it. So you have to take your awareness off of that. You have to get to the point where you know that you have the money, and even if the deadline passes, you still have the money. It's like you have it. It's knowing that it is done and it's paid for unconditionally, because that source within you is unconditional. The only way that you can keep your awareness on a deadline is the assumption that you don't have it, right? I just told the whole. So if you go back to YouTube, I told the story of my avoiding of eviction already a couple times. All right, y'all. Your boy's getting sleepy. Look, I appreciate y'all's time today, okay? Remember, you already are everything you desire to be. This is all that you need to know. Okay? All that you need to know. Everything is working out for you. Every thought. Right? It's fine that you're anxious, right? Matter of fact, go to YouTube, watch this whole video again. We talk about all the anxiety. Anxiety is perfect. Go to YouTube, watch this whole video again. Okay? But look, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for these discussions. Thank you for your questions. Everything is yours. Everything is perfect. The unfolding, perfect. The emotions, perfect. The situations that don't look ideal, absolutely perfect. Okay? And so are you. You are the perfection within the storm. Okay? And if you need the link to the YouTube is in the link tree in my bio. Okay? You hit that link tree, it's a link to YouTube. Takes you right there. All right? Y'all have a beautiful, beautiful evening, and we shall talk very soon. All right, peace.